nigga's mad sassy, son.
Who, Drew?
Yeah.
What do you do?
What am I doing?
What do you do?
Nigga said,
I wasn't directed at y'all, so I don't even.
nah, nigga.
Drew, anybody ever tell you look like Floyd Mayweather?
Okay.
Has anyone ever told you that? I'm asking.
Honestly, no.
I'm just saying from this angle, you kind of look like Floyd.
I mean, like
He
you
said,
say
actually-
Floyd Mayweather too, so I'm not surprised.
He said, actually, can you tell me again?
Magnitude. Drew, can you say magnitude?
Magnitude.
Man, that's very good. It's better than Floyd.
What's that word? This nigga Dev said, and Drew tried to repeat it, and he couldn't. Oh, shit. What was that?
What? When I
remember.
said cool?
No.
Yo,
No, we know you can say cool.
Yeah, I'm in go mode, go. Yeah, I'm in go mode.
What the fuck is up? Yeah, I said that.
No good boy hours.
Oh.
So we cutting up right now.
I'm done. We down to the
Forget
last
it.
episodes of the season. What the fuck is up? It is episode
Okay, let's
48
go.
of the OSA Out of Shape All-Stars. Drew, how do we say that in Spanish?
You said what? 48?
48.
No, fuck that. 48.
Okay, that's right, Eddie? Is that right?
48 is correct.
All right. Now, this episode is shot on 3/16, and for a lot of people, this is Austin 3/16, but also St. Patty, right?
It's tomorrow.
It's
tomorrow.
So
Oh,
when this
and
episode,
Eddie's grandma's 80th birthday, so
happy
happy
birthday, 80th, happy 80th, 80 grandma. What's your grandma name? Ed?
Abuela Diana.
Abuela.
Abuela Diana, right? He like, don't know the name, it's just Abuela. But
Abuela.
welcome to another dope episode again. This is 48. We got 2 more episodes after this left for this season. So we're gonna get y'all some fire content until then. But this episode airs St. Patty's Day weekend. So y'all might not even see us. Y'all gonna be out having a good time. The world is semi-open. You know, y'all gonna do whatever y'all can.
No
So,
parades, I guess.
no
Parties. A lot
parades.
of block parties.
A lot of block parties, house parties. I'm sure people gonna
Yeah,
turn
of
on
Eggs and
their crib.
eggs.
Of
Eggs
course.
and eggs
man.
is a big white guy thing.
Everybody gonna, St. Patty's Day, everybody is Irish for St. Patty's Day and St. Patty's Day weekend.
All
So-
day.
Not
So,
us.
We can never pass, or well, you probably could get away with it. Yeah, you know.
I mean, I
get away with
can
it.
with
If
the like 25%
Definitely.
that Alyssa is, but
Right.
look, I could fuck up a shepherd's pie, but keep that corned beef and cabbage away
Pie,
from me,
if
dog.
it's made good,
Yeah, that's
that
what I'm
should
saying.
be
I could fuck it
slamming.
up. That shit is fire.
Yo, I've never-
beef and
I've
cabbage,
never-
bro.
Tiff is half Irish. Shout out
Right,
to
that's why
facts,
she.
yeah.
That's why she got the red hair right now. That's why she keep her
Uh-huh,
head
that's a
hair
fact.
red. Yep.
Mhm.
I never had.
And
shepherd's
explains
pie
her
before.
alcoholism for sure.
That too.
Yeah.
But I never had. I never had shepherd.
drink like that no more.
I never had
Alright.
shepherd's pie. Kev, stop! Don't.
What is shepherd's pie anyway?
It's
like
it's the
a
whitest
meat pie.
meal in America. It's literally just ground beef inside of mashed potatoes. But again, if it's made
And then
right, it's
veggies in
fucking
between, right?
fire. Yeah, sure, there's veggies in there. I don't fucking pay attention to that. I just fuck that shit up.
Never,
But I've
never had
had
it
some
before.
bad shepherd's pie, so
No. Lazy Boy Saloon in White Plains, 154 Mamaroneck Avenue. That's your only plug you're gonna get. They make some fire shepherd's pie.
But shameless plug for Ian and Lazy Boy. But welcome to episode 48. Like always, brought to you by Culture Capsule, sponsored by Don's LLC. Johnny might pop in. We don't know. He in PR turning up Puerto Rico.
He's in the motherland. Well, his motherland.
Right, in his
Out there
motherland.
not rolling his R's. Talking, can't even say the name of his country properly. He's
None
out
of
in
that.
Puerto Rico.
None of that.
Comiendo ajo, manejando un cajo. Fucking Puerto Ricans, man.
They gonna disown Johnny once they hear him talking like, nigga, you ain't one of us. You ain't no proud Puerto Rican. Get the fuck out of here. But episode 48, Culture Capsule, Don's LLC. Johns might pop in. He said he might do a little shot from the island. We'll see. But we're gonna hold it down for John.
The
if he
Commonwealth.
comes. So if not, yeah. Gonna hold it down for him.
It's America.
What?
The Commonwealth. It ain't no island.
You should get
Whatever.
Johnny to
Of
do.
course,
You better
don't
talk
the
about
US of A.
so,
that territory
so,
like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, ask Trump. They ain't no part of us.
Yo, hold on, where the paper towels at?
Ask Trump. They ain't got no parts. But we're gonna get to the episode, man. Kicking us off, our host. Give it up for Eddie Horchata.
You're
Mr. Feisty. Give it up
He's
for
already
Mr.
upset.
Drew. Mr.
Niggas,
Drew
stop
in the
calling-
building.
Nigga, stop calling me.
Mr.
You know
Drew
what? You know what? Fuck
in the
y'all.
building.
Drew,
Uh,
give us a yas. Give us a yas, bitch. Do it, Drew. Come on.
You're a bitch. That's what you
I
are.
did. I said no. I said do yas. Go
With a
yas,
hard
bitch.
with a hard snap.
Yas.
Where you get them shoes, nigga?
But all right,
We get them boots.
Rapping Don's LLC always.
He's pissed.
Give it up for K Jet.
Yo.
And you know we got our comedian, local sneakerhead in the building, Just DQ.
What
And
up?
last but not least, my mom called me Devin, so you can call me Devin. We're gonna get right into the episode in case you missed it. Kick it off with COVID and sports. NBA got issues. MLB got issues. NHL got issues.
We all got issues.
And we all got issues. The world got issues. But most importantly, March Madness NCAA basketball is kicking off.
They don't got no issues.
See, before you start even talking, do your research, bro. Players been getting sent. Players been getting sent home.
I know.
What's going on with Duke then?
That was
Huh?
a joke. I know.
Duke ain't there. Duke at
Well,
home.
Duke.
I knew that.
Duke
I knew
blamed
that
COVID.
already.
Nah, let's be real.
That was a
Duke.
joke.
Hold on.
That was a joke.
Before we get on Duke's case, and don't even try to hype up Duke. Duke was bad. Their best.
Duke and
their
Kentucky.
best.
Duke
Their
and
best
Kentucky.
player opted
Yeah.
out.
Right.
The blue buds of college basketball with Duke and Kentucky not being in. I think it's like the first time in forever.
Yeah, like
they
forever.
haven't been in.
Right.
But they were bad. Their best player said, "Fuck you, I'm gonna go make money in the NBA."
Right.
And they blamed
players
COVID
should do.
for why they bounced out. But there's no fucking way. They don't got no fucking COVID issues. They fucking suck.
Yeah, Duke had a bad season. Recruiting class was ass this season, but they say it was COVID. So Coach K them say it's COVID. It was COVID. But in regards to everybody else, the 64 teams that did make it to the tournament kicking off Friday. Now, they've already done over 24,000 tests so far between players, staff, refs. They just sent home like 6 refs because they went out for dinner while they in Indiana. One of the refs came back positive, so they had to send home the whole ref team and bring in a new batch of refs. They're trying to isolate the players, keeping one player to a room. They're doing daily tests, but they've already been sending players home. So if you're a star player, if you're a 5-star recruit, stay by yourself, because if you go home and can't play in this tournament, it's going to be quiet for your team. So other than that, again, the tournament kicks off Friday, but they're trying to do it. You know, they got everybody in Indiana. It's going to be one bubbled type tournament. Nobody's playing at their homes. It's one. They all playing in Indiana at one stadium.
That's
They
fire.
all like in the surrounding hotels. And again, it's been over like 30,000 people altogether that's a part of this whole NCAA situation, from coaches to players to staff. It's like a lot of people in downtown Indiana right now trying to make this thing happen. So we'll see as of Friday what the actual tournament looks like in regards to the players and coaches, but it should make for an exciting tournament because it hasn't been one in the last 2 years due to
It's gonna be like
COVID.
the longest first round ever. Son. It's
COVID. Well, they trying to run through this. Like that first round is gonna be a bunch of games. They're trying to get through these like games rapidly so they can get players through the tournament without getting sick. So, but you got everybody together in one building. Like, so it's a risky situation they're doing, but it should make for an exciting tournament. I think everybody should tune in at least once or twice. You know, I'm actually rooting for Georgetown, you know, Patrick Ewing doing this thing there. Root for Michigan, Juwan Howard from Chicago doing this thing. And the Fighting Illini are going to be there. So Illinois repping, they got a #1 seed. So should make for a good tournament. But that is COVID in sports. Unless I missed anything. NBA got some, MLB got some, NHL. We know that. So I ain't got to keep repeating it. All right. moving on. NBA recap. Now we are in the second half of the season, the COVID season. Drew, with the second half of the season kicking off, what has been your biggest standout, or what do you see forecast for the rest of the season? Yeah, what's your forecast for the rest of the season? Give us a high take of how you see the rest of the season taking place.
Like a hot take, like what team am I surprised by?
Right, yeah, it could be that.
Or whatever. Like Miami Heat are going to win the final. That's a hot take.
Right, exactly.
Oh, well, Miami Heat is going to the finals. I'm picking them over Brooklyn.
They've been winning since Jimmy been back. They have been winning lately.
Jimmy yes, bro. Like they have been winning. So, and I'm not, I might be jinxing this shit, but bro, the Knicks might do this shit, bro. The Knicks might, yeah.
Okay. So
there goes the next season. There goes. That's it. It's over.
The Knicks is gonna do some shit in the playoffs, bro.
Since you brought it up, now the Knicks, Brooklyn and Knicks just played. Now you got the crosstown rivalry now. You got Brooklyn.
That was stressful, bro.
And the Knicks.
Nah, Julius did travel. He did travel. He traveled.
Knicks
fans, he went up, came down, travel.
You him, son. He's bugging.
No, he's not bugging. He's not bugging.
That's not bugging.
Julius Randle he did not
Maybe he should have let the ball go to the floor, but that ball got tipped. He should have been able to come down and go back up.
He went up and came down.
Drew, you ain't gotta yell, Drew. You don't have to yell. We talking,
man,
bro.
I don't want you to wake up the neighbors, man.
I get what you're saying. He doesn't lose complete possession, but that ball comes out of his hand for long enough for him to grab it again and it not look like he lost possession. That's the only reason why they called it that.
Right, but just like you say, if he did swipe the ball, I would have been just like he should drop the ball at that point to make it look like it, because
I understand that.
Make the referee be just like Dev said. You're not supposed to make he's waiting for the call. Like
the last two plays, he was looking for the ref.
That's the way you're not supposed to. The referee ain't supposed to call the game like that, You have the ball like directly in your hand. If Kyrie motherfucking swipes the ball, drop it to make it mad obvious that he swiped the ball. Like you ain't supposed to just.
But when you're playing ball in your mind, you're not thinking about that when you're going to the basket. Someone swipes at the ball.
Exactly.
You're thinking about not traveling, but you're also thinking about so getting to the basket. Because someone swipes the ball, your brain is like thinking about drop the ball. Your brain's like getting the ball back in your hand.
But I'm also the same person that was like, he should have just let the ball fly, bro. Because at the end of the day, Kyrie swiped his elbow coming down.
Yeah, but just like you're saying, you should let the ball fly, son.
No, again, I'm just saying, I being on social media, Knicks fans, after seeing this game, they like, we going to the chip, what? We going to the chip, what? Like, we got this. I'm like, yo, chill out, chill.
Y'all going to the second round. Y'all going to the second round.
we could beat them in 7-game series. That's all I see down my timeline. We could beat them in 7. We could beat them in 7.
I think we can't beat them in 7.
They got good defense, though. They got good defense, but just to be honest, they got good defense.
As long as they free quickly, we could beat them in 7.
Right now,
need to get 3 in the league in defense.
Quickly need to get more respect, man. Quickly,
that's what I'm saying. Unshackle.
A great player, great rookie. Like he was a steal for New York. Like that was truly like everybody. Obi was the big star coming out of college, but Quickly is like a top 5 like rookie like so far. Like he's been like both sides of the ball. Quickly is a really good player, and like Ed said, they need to just let him go and let him honestly run the offense. Let him like they doing with Melo, like just let him go, like let go of the shackles, like let him play, like just let him go off because he got the potential.
And on the other end, my biggest disappointment where I can see like they're gonna flame out. The Clippers is gonna flame out this year.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly,
the Clippers is flaming out. Like honestly, they're not going nowhere.
Yo, Clippers is all hype, man. Honestly, all hype. They look good on paper, but they when it comes to playing, I just don't see it. I don't see it. But
They go
DQ,
dead flat.
Yes.
any hot takes so far for the NBA second half of the season?
I'm just looking forward to this playoff race in the East because everyone knows everyone's so freaking close. Not really worried about the West, but I know like as you see, the players who couldn't win in the West are moving to the East, like James Harden. So that's just one thing that's probably I think that might be coming a trend eventually. Players who can't win in the West going to the East, which makes no sense. But I'm just excited to see how the playoff race ends up.
That's a nice hot take. Players that couldn't win. Who you think is coming to the East if you making that a topic right there? Who you think is coming?
Devin Booker's trying to come to the Knicks still.
Yes, that'd be nice.
I thought he was going to Minnesota, to be honest, though. Like,
that would suck.
That would be a waste.
Who wants to go there?
Not because Carl Towns is there.
Yeah, I know them his guys, but it's like, nah, bro.
People trying to come to the Knicks. The Rockets are going to be the worst team in the NBA next season. I can see it already.
Yeah, they on a 12-game lose streak, 17-game lose streak, or something like that.
Ever since Harden did, like that makes fucking up.
Yeah, they on. I think they on the 17.
Ever since Christian Wood got injured, they've been fucking up.
Right. They have.
The dude who girl left him at the draft, and they got injured. So
that's crazy. But I mean, I still look at it like Brooklyn is still my favorite, and they ain't even got all their players yet. Like they still playing with like half the roster is scary as hell.
Brooklyn. Okay, here's my hot take. I'll say it now. Brooklyn looks like the team that, like what we saw with the Clippers last year that lost to the Denver Nuggets. You know what I mean? Like, they just look like the team, and they have the hype of the team that have everything. Oh, my God, James Harden is having an MVP season. We've never seen him play like this. You know, this is the best season he's ever had. And KD's not even there. Wait till KD gets back, and Kyrie's getting his head together. Bro, that is like the perfect team to fail. Look, if they fucking win it all, whatever.
Oh yeah, because the world want them to lose. Everybody like, y'all. I hope they lose. So since you think the Nets is the Clippers of last season, who do you see could be the Nuggets of this season, going against in the East, going up against possibly the Nets?
He's gonna say the Nets.
Because that's a big shoe. That's a big shoe to fill. You got Jokic.
I mean,
watch it though. The only thing is KD is not there yet, though. Like
I would love to say the Knicks, but I'm gonna be realistic and probably say I think Philly. I know the Knicks
Philly's definitely a good team. Like they
are doing some damage to them right now. I don't want to jinx this game.
I can honestly say,
I think realistically, Philly, Miami too. Philly, Miami, they could be the teams to knock off Brooklyn before they even get to the final.
I can see Philly being in the conference finals.
I can see Miami because Miami got that underdog, scrappy play style with Jimmy Buckets, who's my guy. So they dogs, they gonna fight. So I can see more of because Sixers is having a great season. So it's like Sixers are number one in the East. So
Sixers 27-12,
So they having a great season. So for anybody that I think like will be a scrappy team that like people might sleep on and sneak and bust their ass, it would be like a Miami or possibly a small Boston, like that give them some competition and shit.
Boston got point guard issues. Like that's what they do.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, like in regards to, I'm just trying to compare the Clippers Denver versus so and so. Although I called Denver last season, but I don't see it right now. I don't see that team, but I don't see the Denver yet. Maybe once we get closer to the playoffs, I'll see a team like, okay, watch out for this team. Watch out for this team. It might be the Knicks, but I don't see them quite yet. Kev, any hot takes for the NBA so far? We in the second half of the season.
Hot take, just so y'all can say y'all heard it here first. AD is going to be the playoff MVP.
Anthony Davis.
Hmm?
Playoff MVP?
He talking about come back fresh legs, fresh everything. He come back cooking.
Sure.
I can see that.
Fresh brown.
I can see that.
And the one thing that you could do, even with your leg hurt, and he's not even all the way fucked up. The one thing he's doing is shooting, bro. So
right. I mean, the motherfucker is 7.
It's his Achilles that's out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a strain. Yeah.
What is it? What is it? It's a calf strain.
We saw the last dude that had a strain in his Achilles and then his calf, and then him try to go out there and play in the playoffs, and didn't really work out for him. I'm not saying it's equal, but you never fucking know, bro.
I mean, you know, injuries like that, you don't know.
The taller you are, the more, you know.
You never really know. Just like I say, you never really know.
You never know. But that's pretty much anything I'm missing in the NBA. Anything hot? I mean,
the way the playoff race is looking right now, if the playoffs started tomorrow, we have Philly versus the Hawks, the Nets versus the Knicks, the Hornets versus the Bucks, and the Heat versus the Celtics.
Okay, that's kind of fire. That's kind of fire. First round though. That's a dope first round.
I hope it stays like that.
Definitely is.
That's fire.
Then for the Western Conference, we surprisingly have Jazz versus Mavericks, Spurs versus Suns, Lakers versus Blazers first round. That's gonna be fucking fire.
Lakers Blazers first round.
Yeah, then Clippers Nuggets first round.
No, Lakers gonna bust their ass.
Yeah, we're
Blazers.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, the Warriors are in 9th place currently. I can still see them coming.
The Warriors been getting their ass kicked, man.
Steph does not like losing.
That's stress, bro.
Yeah,
he really is.
From the 8th seed, only 2 games behind. And
I'm convinced Steph doesn't take his braids out. I'm convinced he just gets so goddamn frustrated. Them shits just pop up.
The low braids he got.
Yeah.
Brain gets swollen and shit because he pissed off. Them shit just pop off. But I was
that vein on the side of his forehead and his braids just pop when he.
I was before we move on from the NBA. I read an article on ESPN and they were talking about how like the last like star players, like if you look at like the top 5, top 10 star players in the NBA, superstar players, most of them play in California and New York. So it's like you already got KD, James Harden, Kyrie, all on Brooklyn. Then you just think about California. You got PG, you got Kawhi, you got LeBron, you got AD, you got Steph them in Golden State, Clay them and stuff like that. So it's like, and all these teams all these players are drafted by small markets, but it never lasts. Like, how do we keep star players in these smaller markets so the NBA doesn't look so super teamish? Where it's like,
stop opening Walmarts everywhere. Invest in your bullshit ass, garbage, stupid ass city, and maybe people might want to be there. Utah, you want more people to play in Utah. Get more strip clubs. Enough with the Mormon nonsense. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's how you get a James Harden to go play for you. I mean, like, obviously, you don't want to live in fucking Sacramento.
Right.
You know, who wants to live in fucking Houston? It fucking rains all the time and there's fucking hurricanes every other fucking 10 minutes. You know? Nobody wants to live in New Orleans. It's a shithole. No disrespect, but it's a shithole. It's literally a 24/7 truck parade. And their highlight is a street that there's piss everywhere.
And so now they're thinking about like now the superstars of today. So you got the Zions, you got the LaMelos. Can we keep them?
No shot.
These players with these superstar potential, can we keep them to these small markets and build these markets? Because ultimately these niggas will go and move on and go to another big market.
That's up to ownership though. It's like put talent around your stars. If you don't, then they'll move on.
It's really like the big markets like New York and LA. That's not the big issue of them leaving to go to those bigger markets. Is they're going to a winning situation. Like players like build a winning, like Utah is winning right now. No, like Utah is definitely winning right now. Like,
I'll just use it as an example. I wasn't really I was just shitting on Utah.
People will see that and actually go flock to the Utah Jazz just because they see the Utah Jazz is a powerful team. Like the Utah Jazz really just need that big superstar piece, and the Utah Jazz can be a force in this league right now.
They've had that before. What happened? Got the ass bust in the finals 2 years in a row.
Which one are you talking about? What are you talking about? Darren Williams?
No, nigga.
No, man, we talking about
Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
nigga.
I'm just well, that's the 90s. It's been like 30 years since
Then
then.
also
I'm just
they had-
saying, and
they
it's
had-
been like
at
30
one
years
point in
since they've been
time-
relevant.
At one point in time,
It's
had
been
Carlos
30
Boozer,
years.
Darren Williams. They've had superstar players on the team. Like this, nothing changed. At one point
Ain't
in time,
nobody want to
Darren
be in
Williams,
Utah, man. It's
Darren
weird.
Williams is in question to be the best point guard in the league next to Chris Paul. They've had that already.
Darren Williams was really that nigga though. Like,
yes,
he
I had,
really
on my
was
wall
Yeah.
right here, I had a post of ESPN magazine cover of Chris Paul and Darren Williams like for years. And when Darren was got injured, he just went down. In Brooklyn, it was a bad project, and then he didn't do shit in Cleveland. But they've had star players. I mean, adding a star player to a friend for a certain team in the market that's not really thriving, that's no way.
It's got to. I'm just saying, build a winning situation. Right now, Utah actually has a winning situation.
Right.
I think, but to me, honestly, I think it's all a hoax because, as you know, the niggas in Utah who started this whole COVID shit, if they win the champion this year, that's gonna be a huge conspiracy. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But where's the foil?
I honestly think the ownership as well as the media wants to get the power back because honestly, the power is in the players. As you can see from LeBron, you can make a winning team everywhere. If you bring the right people, the players. Bring the right people with you. LeBron brought a championship to Cleveland. He brought his crew with him, and they built the team. But how long is that? 2-3 years for that time?
Yeah.
And
What you talking about him? Yeah.
The second time, and then he left, and now he doing his thing at LA. But
Kyrie actually hit a miracle shot over Steph Curry. But okay.
Yeah, one of the biggest shots in NBA history, like playoff history. He hit it, whether it was a miracle or not. He put that shit down. Can't take it away. It's in the books. So they trying to figure out, like, again, how can we keep these superstar players potentially? Because again, you got KD and them. They're gonna do whatever the fuck they want. The superstars, they doing whatever they want now. But you got a lot of potential coming into the league now with the Lukas, with the Trae Youngs, with the Zions, with the Melos. How do we keep them in these markets?
Build a winning team. That's all.
And just like that, build a winning team.
It's that easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy. You gotta draft well. You gotta key in the right free agencies. But
I remember, like for instance, Atlanta, they had a good team 5 years ago. They were like had 4 players in the All-Star game and were number 1 seed. What they do? They blew that team up for no reason. So
who you talking about?
Remember Atlanta was the number 1 seed in the playoffs like 5 years ago, and then they blew the whole team up for no fucking reason.
Yeah, but I mean, again, a big issue too is like obviously like ownership, management, salary cap issues. Even though the NBA salary cap issue don't really matter.
It really doesn't matter.
It's really just about what sells and what's going to look. Listen, if I'm an owner of my arena selling out every single day, I could give a shit about my team winning or losing. I just don't care.
Drew said
it's literally a check for me.
That's a bad attitude to have.
Drew said,
guess what? That's what 75% of the owners have.
Drew said draft well. I wish it was that simple, but because if that was simple, if it was that simple, that would give the owners back some type of power. The power's in the players. So as you can see, the last team you had a team that really drafted well and built a culture was Golden State. Golden State was the last team that built players in a system, brought in key pieces, and they became a dominant, one of the most dominant teams in history. And then they brought KD whole ass in to throw a little icing on the cake. But that was the last team like I've seen in the last forever to build a culture, build a team. Everybody else is just like, okay, he did this over here. We can pop him in, and then he over there, we could bring him in and do that, and then hope in a prayer, like Clippers doing, hope in a prayer that we put the right pieces together to get a championship. But it's like it's hit or miss. What the thing is, they just trying to figure out moving forward in the NBA. We got a lot of potential. Let's keep these players spread it out, and we don't have a team where Zion, Luka, and LaMelo all come together and say, "Fuck it, we gonna play together, and we gonna go to one team."
Guess what?
That shit ever happens. That shit
gonna happen.
Right. So that's what they like. We gotta stop. We gotta try to stop that from happening. Like Zion and Then you got an old
Zion, Melo, and Luka.
Right.
Damn,
then you got an old Clay or Dame them playing like a Ray Allen role and shit, just like sharpshooters. Steph Curry coming off the bench as a sharpshooter and shit. While you got all three of these niggas like
Can you imagine that?
Just like looks bad for the league, but hey, it is what it is.
But that'll happen. That'll happen with Steph if he wants to play that long. But that's gonna be like another 7 years from now, bro.
Right. All right.
Yo, but one thing, you said his name, Dame. What do you think Dame should really do? Like, Dame should really like
get out of Portland.
Nothing in Portland. He gotta get out of Portland.
Go.
So that's
Dame's too loyal, man.
But yo, like Ed
Dame
said, Dame ain't going nowhere. Dame is a nigga who said like, yo, these niggas bitches. Like Dame the one who had that.
Dame's not about
that. These niggas doing that, like, yo, they bitches for teaming up. I'm not with that.
But not everybody's like Dame though. Like,
another thing is like Dame had a good team, but niggas left him. So that's the
Dame is like Dame. So Dame ain't gonna go nowhere because how he feel about the landscape of the NBA. Like, these niggas bitches, they don't want to play against each other. I want to beat everybody. And so Dame is loyal to a fault where it's like, now you got to eat those words because now you're going to just get smoked every year by these superstar teams and shit.
There's only really like two superstar teams. You got Brooklyn, you got Lakers. Like, whichever superstar team.
I mean, Clippers is a more fit superstar team too, though. Like,
just like we said,
whether they play it, whether they play like it or not, but they still are a superstar contending team because of all the pieces that they have there in Staples. But we're gonna move on from the NBA. We're gonna get into the honorable mentions now. NFL made a bunch of moves, but we're not gonna get into that. We're gonna say that for last because the NFL free agency is popping right now. So any other honorable mentions before we get into the NFL? You brought it up earlier, DQ. LeBron making moves. What LeBron got going on?
So pretty much LeBron is percentage owner of I forgot what it's called. Some group where he nice partial owner.
The
Fenway something.
Fenway group,
I can pull it up right now. Let me pull it up so we can get clarity on it.
Yeah, 2%.
While he's looking up that, I want to mention like
he's come on. Say what you're saying, DQ.
So pretty much, it's an issue with the Bengals right now. Have these uniforms that resemble a white tiger, and they're getting shit for possibly wearing them next season. Which I don't understand why.
Huh?
Yeah, like there's an issue. People have an issue with them wanting to wear a white tiger alternate uniform next season.
The Bengals,
the fans, or
no, just in general. Like,
is this Peter? Is this Peter?
It's probably Peter, but
is it
Peter, man?
Is it WWF?
I have no clue, but like I read about him.
The whack,
the
whack wrestling federation.
It's just the orange is not take all the orange off the uniform in terms of white tiger and deal with issue with that. I'm not sure because the Tiger King
is the white tiger like extinct or some shit like. On the verge of extinction or something. Like I'm trying to figure out what's the beat. Like because he's on the verge of extinction or something. Like
to me, they just look fire, but I know like a percentage of white tigers who are like bred or have crossed eyes. I don't know, but I'm not sure if it's the Tiger King shit or what. But that's a weird issue for them to be facing for some reason.
It's probably Peter. It's probably Peter again.
That's stupid. Fucking Peter.
Now, what was the organization that LeBron is a part of? The group?
LeBron has become a partner in the Fenway Sports Group, making him a part owner of the Boston Red Sox. So minority part ownership.
I think you should give a clap for that money move.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, he's just on the verge of being a billionaire if he's not already.
Yeah, LeBron is
team in every sport.
He's thinking about life after the NBA. Him as well as
his children.
Him, Maverick Carter, and his other guy,
Rich Paul.
Bronny. Hopefully, Bronny gets some big contracts in the NBA. And Bronny's lived off LeBron his whole life, so he better fucking take care of him too. So yeah, he's good.
Right, and
again, Bronny gonna be living off that LeBron money all his damn life.
Bronny Carter, we call Bronny.
Bronny gonna make the league and make his own money. He'll be all right.
Bronny gonna have a check, and LeBron gonna be like, He gonna be like, "What you talking about, Dad?" He's like,
"What you talking about? You got
like,
Nike, man.
You live here for free.
Your own money, nigga."
Also,
Go buy your own house.
Rest in peace to legendary boxer of the early 90s, 80s, Marvin Hagler.
Oh, Marvin Hagler,
yeah, damn.
A lot of great fights with Sugar Ray. That's what he's really known for. Him and Tommy Hitman Hearns had a lot of great bouts. So rest in peace to a legend, boxing legend. This week the boxing community was like really messed up because again, Marvin Hagler is really one of those like true like dogs when it comes to the sport of boxing. So rest in peace. Our condolences go to him and as well as his family and all his fans, man. So yeah.
I should put that first round in the group because there was like a fight one that I saw on IG. It was him and Tommy Hitman Hearns. It was like they dubbed it the greatest first round ever. I'm like, I was watching this shit. Nah, DL Hughley put it on his IG, and like I was gonna put it to the group. That round was amazing though. Like, yeah.
And then back then they didn't do a lot of blocking. It wasn't no defense. It was like
straight go. It was straight go.
Straight at each other's heads. So man, rest in peace to Marvin Hagler, man. But anything else before we move into the NFL?
I got a bunch before we move into the NFL.
Go ahead. Ed.
Two baseball things. J-Rod broke up, and then they got back together.
Oh, did they? They got back. They got back together for real.
Yeah, they're back together. Of course, it's a money move, man.
Bro.
Yo, J-Lo got more rings than A-Rod.
Thanos collected.
Yeah, J-Lo got the rings, cuz.
J-Lo Brady, nigga.
Yeah, J-Lo's trying to catch up to Brady, is what it sounds like.
Honestly, she needs to melt all those engagement rings, get the gauntlet, and put all those diamonds on the fucking gauntlet, and boom, like perform with that shit.
That shit funny as fuck.
Yeah. So don't really care about that. I'm putting DQ's team on fucking notice. The only thing that matters in spring training, because I don't really care about spring training. But apparently the New York Mets do. And the New York Mets practice winning the World Series after a fucking game. They didn't even fucking clear the benches. It was the stupidest
What?
I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know if you need to cut that, but that shit was fucking so fucking. It was in my entire life. The benches didn't even clear. The infielders were just clapping. They were like, "It's a real game! It's a real game! It's a real game!" They just like threw their gloves up in the air. It was
why?
Corny. Why do the Mets do what they do? It's embarrassing, dude.
Yeah, actually,
why are you proud of that?
I went to the recycling center the other day, and it must have been a Mets fan because he looked at my Yankee jacket and was like, "Subway Series World Series this year, man? Subway Series World Series this year, man?"
I was saying no.
Like,
no.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's,
I'm gonna save out of my money now.
It's
he had to be a Mets fan because a Yankees fan wouldn't even say that shit. So gotta be a Mets fan.
He said something to me about the Yankees, like
right. He'll be like on some "I see you, bro." Like we're part of the army, but saying something about the Mets, he like, nah, he got to be a Mets fan.
Subway Series World Series.
And last piece before we get on to the NFL. Well, two more pieces, but I got one NFL. I got one NCAA, also basketball, also like New York reference. Patrick Ewing at the ACC tournament walked into Madison Square Garden and got pressed.
Fuck MSG.
Bro, so hear me out. Isaiah Thomas, known womanizer, known rapist, allegedly, known criminal, known piece of fucking garbage that never even fucking played for us, gets fired and then gets another job coaching for the Liberty. He gets to walk around MSG, no problem. But I mean, look at the guys that we grew up, like, you grew up loving. Spike Lee got problems at MSG. Oakley, gets fucking thrown on the ground, pretty much like
handcuffed,
handcuffed, embarrassed at MSG. Patrick Ewing, son, I don't care if you're 22 years old. Patrick gonna be like, you see that jersey right there?
Word, that ass
hanging in the rafters.
You see that picture? You see that picture over there?
We're here to come through with this on.
That's me. That's my ID.
Yo, but I keep it 100. Patrick handled it with class, so props
Yeah,
to
right.
that, man.
Yeah, of course.
But like in the words of Patrick Ewing, it's like everybody should know who I am when I'm walking into.
But okay, but anywhere you see
Like,
a
unless
big
the security
ass,
guard's like 20 years
again,
old.
just no, bro. Common sense. You see a big ass nigga like that anywhere. You say,
Yeah, word.
well,
They're not a lot of 6'9"
yo,
guys.
no,
I mean-
7 foot. First
Yeah.
thing you gonna say walking through MSG, if I don't know, I'm gonna say, yo, who that?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Say, oh, that's Patrick Ewing. Nigga, you don't know who that is? Oh, okay.
Yep.
And it's over. Even when I'm walking down the street and I see a bunch of people walk around somebody, I see a big nigga, I'll be like, yo, who that? Like,
Yo, but I'm also the type of nigga that's like, if I see you, Eddie, and Durant, like already trying to like block him off, like, yo, I don't know if you belong here, whatever, and y'all already too far into that engagement, and I look out, I'm like, I ain't saying shit. They bugging me.
No, but man, whoever y'all got working at MSG, I don't know if this was a security guard, a ticket person, or a janitor, whatever the fuck they doing. The person working the nachos,
Gen Z niggas,
you gotta know.
but
You gotta know who. Like, a part of filling out the application, the fucking you do the fucking right when you walk in, when you start. You make a watch a video.
These are New York legends.
Right.
Don't.
These are
They gotta have like
know.
a lineup book that niggas gotta
if I'm
study and learn.
John Starks, I'm like, hell no, I ain't going to MSG. Hell no, I'll wait.
Right.
I'll wait.
They gonna beat John Starks the fuck up. He walking in because he ain't that tall and he ain't that much of a legend. John Starks do not go to MSG. You gonna get beat the fuck up. Go to MSG.
You gonna see him and be like, "Oh, you the one that dunked on the team? You can't get in here."
Somebody gonna really try to shoot the fairways with Starks walking in there too.
All right, I got one more NFL news, and then we will go on to the free agency frenzy. Derrick Henry bought his entire offensive line 2K gold chains. So it says 2K on it. On the back of it is customized. It says the player's name and how many yards they had, because AKA how many yards he had. Derrick Henry's sucking his own dick, and I think he's just buy them some food, man. Get them some Xboxes. You know what I mean? Like,
get them a
rollie.
Get them a rollie, bro. I'm selling your shit.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Right, how you gonna give me a chain with your shit, with your stats on it, nigga?
Yeah, exactly.
Nigga,
it's pretty funny. And it's an ugly, disgusting chain. Put it up. I mean, it's bad.
Yo,
I'm sure
I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna walk around with this 2K chain on. Yeah, I was a blocker for Derrick Henry. He ran for 2,000 yards.
Yeah, that's funny. That's the most arrogant gift ever,
that's a narcissism play right there. Like,
yo, your career is based off blocking for me, nigga.
Right. Constant reminder that you work for me, nigga.
Yo, that shit crazy.
That's
okay.
What's the thought that counts? I guess.
I feel like we need some music for this, but are you guys ready for the free agency frenzy? So clearly tons of moves. We are recording today on Tuesday, so the official league start isn't until tomorrow, which is Wednesday. So guys are signing, but it's not official. They still need to pass physicals, but here we are.
Shit going crazy.
The thing I can find, I'm only going to talk about the
top
big moves that were made, and I'm only going to go by team. So it starts me with the AFC East. So that's what we're starting with. First team, Buffalo Bills signed Emmanuel Sanders to a 1-year deal. Again, still pending a physical. They also signed Darrell Williams, an offensive tackle. That's going to be a good move as well. Miami Dolphins, they signed Jacoby Brissett, Malcolm Brown from the Rams, Isaiah Wilson in a trade with the Tennessee Titans. They also traded for McKinley from the Texans. They traded Shaq Lawson for him. I'm not going to talk about the punter. Who cares? I think I want to save the Patriots for last.
Yeah, because they went crazy.
Yeah, because they went nuts. The Patriots were literally trying to recreate the 2011 offense, but we'll get to them next. My New York Jets signed Corey Davis, Carl Lawson. They are not done yet. There's still plenty of
Hold
receivers
on.
left
They
out there.
signed Corey Davis from the Titans.
They signed Corey Davis on a
Yeah, they
3-year
did.
deal for $37.5
Oh,
million.
that's a good receiver.
That's a good
That's
pickup.
great, man. And also,
that's good shit.
Carl Lawson's also a really, really good move, I think. But we will see. Drew's Baltimore Ravens didn't do much. They don't have a lot of money to spend. The biggest news that they did
lost
was
Jordan, bro. That's a heart on the defense.
But
That's
you
hurt.
got Kevin Zettler.
We do. We got
guard.
good pieces though.
Yeah. So, and then Cincinnati Bengals didn't do much. Brendan Allen, who cares? Cleveland Browns didn't do much. Who cares? Ray McLeod re-signed with the Steelers. Who cares? Tyrod Taylor, big news, going to the Texans. Mark Ingram going re-signing with the Texans as well. They also got Shaq Lawson in that McKinley trade. Everything else here doesn't really matter. Never mind. Jacksonville Jaguars signed Carlos Hyde. They also re-signed. They also re-signed. Yep, they re-signed Philip Dorsett. And then another big move that they did was obviously getting Shaquille Griffin.
Yeah.
And they also didn't they get?
They got his brother.
Oh,
they got
Bud Dupree. Duh.
It's a two for one.
No, Bud Dupree went to Tennessee.
You got to take the brother too. So
yeah, of course. Tennessee Titans made a lot of good moves, but the biggest signing that they did was Bud Dupree. Broncos re-signed Darby. Who cares? Kansas City Chiefs signed Joe Tunley, probably the best offensive guard in the game right now. Raiders signed Yannick Ngakoue. Chargers didn't really do much except for re-sign their center, which is huge. Corey Lindsey's a really, really good center, super underrated. We know that Dak got paid. Giants signed Devontae Booker from the Raiders. They also signed John Ross, and they fucking paid the shit out of Leonard Williams. So there goes all of their money for the rest of the season. Ryan Fitzpatrick goes to the Washington football team. They also
crazy.
They're about to be leg up in there.
Mm-hmm. I think some of the weirdest news: the Chicago Bears signed Andy Dalton to a 1-year, $10 million deal.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Please, 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I
shout out
call
your
my
family
pops
real quick.
No, I'm about to see if I call my pops real quick.
Oh, you're gonna call him? Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, Mr.
Andy Dalton,
that's a bad.
They have Andy Dalton and Nick Foles. What year is it?
What the hell?
Word.
How is this shit?
Hello.
Yo, pops.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey, I'm doing my podcast. You know, you're talking with the OSA cast, all the Out of Shape Allstars.
What's up, pops?
Hold on
Hold
a minute.
on a minute. What you doing?
All right, go ahead.
All right, so we saw today that you guys are set to make a Super Bowl run this year. You got Andy Dalton. How you feel about that?
What was that? Who?
Andy Dalton, the QB.
I think it's fine.
You think it's fine? You like it?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, we might as well say with Tristan, the guy with Mitch Trubisky.
Right.
Yeah. That's how I'm looking at it.
So y'all got Foles and y'all got
We got a whole bunch of bombs.
right.
We got to get he like that quarterback on the game, you know, the electric game where the quarterback just stand there.
Oh, the electric game that you just put the quarterback on the board and shit.
Yeah. He just like that.
But we talking free agency at NFL, so we talking about the Bears. So I just wanted to get your take on it. You're gonna be on the pod this week, so congratulations. You're moving up in this world.
We're gonna be on the pod.
You is. I'm recording you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, say what up to the team.
Say what?
Say what's up.
What's up, team?
What up, Pops?
Say what's up to the Pops.
Yo,
All right, Pops,
what's up,
I'm gonna let you go. It's past your bedtime, so I'll let you rock.
Okay. All right, bro.
All right, Pops.
Okay, you still all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
All right, one. Yeah, so Bears fucked up.
So he's
man.
stressed.
Right.
Yeah, so he's stressed out.
Being a Bears fan for 60-something years has been stressful, man. The 80s was his only good time. and he had a little spurt in the early 2000s. But other than that,
that's it.
He's been hurt.
It's been rough. It's been rough. Luckily for you, you're the Vikings fan.
Yes.
So while we're still in that league, in that division, the Lions lose Kenny Golladay. They lose Marvin Jones. We'll get to Marvin Jones in a second. But they acquired Tyrell Williams from the from the Chargers. Packers obviously know what's good for them, and they re-signed Aaron Jones. So
I don't know why they were playing.
Big news for the Vikings. They sign Dalvin Tomlinson. Sorry, Kev.
Great pick.
Congratulations,
Dev. We ain't had the money to sign him, bro.
Yeah, you got no money at all.
Literally.
Falcons have no money to get anybody, and they're not doing anything anyway because they're in rebuild mode. Panthers, same deal over there. But the New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees officially retires. Who gets paid? Jameis and Taysom. So they stay. Ty Montgomery also re-signed for a 1-year deal. And they're going to let go a few of their corners from what I hear. Buccaneers are keeping everybody. They're trying to keep that team together. They re-signed Shaquille Griffin. They re-signed Levante David. They re-signed Gronk. They franchise tag Godwin. We knew that information from last week.
But they got Brady for 2-3 more years?
4 more years. They also re-signed him too, but he just kind of like restructured his deal.
Right.
It wasn't like a re-signing. It was just a restructure so they can keep everybody. The Arizona Cardinals get former Jet Kelvin Beachum. We know about the JJ Watts. Who cares? Los Angeles Rams signed Leonard Floyd. 49ers keep Juszczyk. And they signed Jason Verrett. Yeah, also the only fullback left in the league.
Yeah, right. The only official fullback that's playing in the NFL.
Yeah, Derek Watt's technically a fullback, but he ain't no fullback.
He's the only fullback in the NFL.
The only fullback left in the NFL. Kyle Juszczyk gets a 5-year, $27 million deal. Well deserved. Obviously, that running game is amazing. Also, the Niners also signed Emmanuel Mosley to a 2-year, $10 million deal. And then they also got the corner, Jason Verrett. So hopefully they don't give up as much points. But the team that technically stole free agency is the New England Patriots. So what do? I said they're trying to recreate that 2011 dual tight end wide receiver that can blow over the top.
Got 2 great ones.
Receiver in
the fuck,
Nelson Aguilar. But these are the moves that the Patriots have made. Doesn't look like Bill's done. I think he's all in. I think this is pretty much it for him. I think he's going to give this a couple more shots and then he's done. Cam Newton gets re-signed for a 1-year deal, $13 million.
Good shit, Cam.
They go on and they sign Nelson Aguilar. Definitely not Randy Moss, but definitely has the speed. Mm-hmm. Learned how to catch this offseason. We saw this season, we saw how great he was with the Raiders. Right. I think the sneakiest thing that they did was sign Kendrick Bourne from the 49ers to a 3-year deal. They signed Hunter Henry for $37 million. They signed Jonnu Smith for $50 million. They go out and they trade for Trent Brown. They sneaky signed Henry Anderson, former Jet, to a 2-year deal, $7 million. Now, free agency is fun. And of course, I do. We'll open that up later. There's tons of free agents that are still out there. Kenny Golladay being one of the big names, Juju Smith-Schuster, a lot of receivers, Will Fuller, a couple of linemen, a couple of offensive linemen, a couple of pass rushers that are still out there looking for a job, but guarantee you they're going to do it. Now, it seems like the Patriots are all in. Seems like the Patriots are trying to do something. Who knows what
they tried to weather the storm from last season, and now they're trying to really put the shit together now.
But how many times do we see these teams go nuts and go out and sign all these big names and then turn out to do virtually nothing? I mean, we saw that. I sent you guys the meme earlier. You weren't with us when we were 6-8, and so don't be with us when we're 7-9. I mean, realistically, how many more games are they going to win with Cam Newton still at the quarterback position? To be real, I mean, honestly, he didn't look that great.
I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because the Patriots wasn't all there last season. We all talked about this wasn't a full team. Everybody
opt out.
Everybody opt out. Cam didn't have no pieces. The running game is always just whatever. So after this season, I'll have an opinion about it. But right now, basing it off last season, it was just the cards were stacked too high against Cam to do anything. And again, a lot of the games that they did lose, they didn't really lose. Like they lost by like small margins. Like and then Cam was out for COVID. So it's like all that, giving them the benefit of the doubt with the evil genius, seeing that the impressive moves that they made this free agency. And now it seemed like, okay, now they got a team that they're actually putting together. Last season, it seemed like they were working, they were bubblegum and taping a team together, like just trying whatever. Let's get through the season type shit because we dealing with COVID and so many players opt out. Now that this season is like, we all coming back. You got the players that really want to be here, and then you bring in, like you said, 2 really good tight ends. You got Nelson Aguilar, who played great last season with the Raiders and showing the potential that he can catch, giving Cam a little bit more firepower to work with. After this season, that's when I'll hold my opinion until we see what they do on this season, because I like the moves that they've made so far.
I don't know how I feel about that Nelson Aguilar trade. It should be all right.
It was a pickup. It wasn't a trade. So he was a free agent. They signed him.
Whatever. Sorry.
Just want to be clear.
Either way, I don't know how I feel about that because I don't think Nelson Aguilar. I don't think we should believe the hype, but he can produce there. You know what I mean? As a potential, I think number 1 he would be.
He'd be a 2. He'd be like the burner. He's the guy that's gonna blow off the top.
Okay, and then as far as I'm not gonna shit on my team, so I'm gonna give him a 50-50 right here. I'm gonna say, as far as, I don't think you mentioned, Ed, the Giants signing John Ross.
Oh, I forgot about John Ross. Correct. Yeah.
So signing John Ross from the Bengals, just in case you show up, show out, you could stay healthy and you could be a burner, what we expect you to be. Good luck to you on that. But if you're
I hope the change of scenery for him is what he needs, because he's a really good player.
If you're a bust, I'm happy we didn't sign you for what, nothing crazy.
It was a 1-year deal.
Yeah, 1-year deal, 214 or something like that with $1 million guaranteed. Bro, it's time for you to lock up, tighten your laces on your helmet, and lock in, bro. But I think overall, to see what's this idiot's name? Why I can't remember now. To see the Patriots head coach, who I happen to just can't remember his name.
Bill Belichick.
It was part of a bit. For me, can't remember his name, bro. Like, he's showing the league, like, he could pull out whatever he needs to out of his hat. He signed Cam Newton back. I know he didn't have weapons last year. I want him back, and he's gonna torch this year. So, fantasy players out there, Hunter Henry's your guy, bro.
Word.
Hunter Henry gets injured. Give me all Jonnu Smith.
Yeah,
I think Jonnu's supposed to be. And
Jonnu's going to be the one.
Jonnu might be the yards person, but Hunter's going to be the person to get you the touchdowns.
Yeah, Hunter's going to get a lot of red zone targets. He's a big time red zone guy.
Yeah. So
I agree with
that. I can't really judge Patriots off last season. We dealt with COVID again,
but
and the whole team opted out. But
seeing them go back to the same scheme that they want to be in, regardless, they got 2 banging tight ends.
Yeah, they're literally trying to recreate that 2011.
They like, if it ain't,
they want Aaron Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski back.
Which one of y'all want to be Hernandez?
Right.
Yeah, which one of y'all want to kill somebody? Which one of y'all want to catch a body?
I want y'all to go out there.
Which one of y'all want to secretly be in the closet and not tell anybody, and then if anybody finds out you murdered them,
Jonnu gonna be like, I'm ready to catch a body, coach. I'm gonna catch a body,
I want you to go out there and kill it.
Right.
But don't kill it.
Right. Catch bodies all day on the field, man. So again,
I seen that shit. I'm like, what? Like, what? They don't need both of them, son.
All I kept seeing, like, ESPN, all my notifications was Patriots, like, for a whole day. So they trying to do something, man. And again, I'm taking away last season, dealing with what the world was dealing with, and having like they had the most opt-outs of any other team. Whole defense was gone. So like,
no cap, they not done yet. And I'm telling you,
yeah,
I think they're done. I think
Cam's
they're done.
gonna get the bag next year, bro. And the way that Cam's getting the bag next year, if he cooks this year, is like, this shit is like the perfect symphony, bro. Because at the end of the day, Patriots still take over that division with everything that's going on, especially with Tua's possibility of being like crazy, and with Josh Allen doing what he did last year, and the Jets maybe pulling the wool over people's eyes and doing something. Bro, if Cam cooks, like, bro, by the time Cam gets signed, they still gonna have money against the cap to sign whoever the hell else they want, because they signing all these players and giving them money. That money should be going to Cam if Cam was actually doing his thing. It's just crazy.
Since you brought up Tua, I've also forgot to mention Jacoby Brissett signed to the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, that's all right.
So insurance for Tua.
So yeah, just to let Tua know, you gonna start. Like, we ain't gonna play.
We got somebody. Well, also, I mean, listen, Jacoby's not bad.
No, he's not bad, but they ain't gonna. Again, Fitz magic is different. You gotta play Fitz.
You don't want that guy breathing that.
Right. You don't want him behind you. So with Jacoby is like, bro, this is your team. Tua, like, he just here. He just here. He here to help you out, because from what I see, Jacoby's a great like sideline person. You know, they got plenty of slap shots to him, just like having a blast on the side. Jacoby be turning up on the side and shit. So
he's got a sick hard count. I think quarterbacks that have sick hard counts are the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah,
Jacoby got a sick hard count. Yeah, like Jacoby literally only went in a few games just to draw the defense offsides.
Right, exactly.
Like,
and they put him in just to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Just to ready. Oh fuck! God, they got me. Oh shit!
And he go back on the side. Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, he fired up. Yeah, man.
What a hit he had. Give me the hit.
And then I want to go over some of the big names that are unsigned currently. Again, we are recording on Tuesday. The official league start is on Wednesday. This episode comes out on Thursday. So hopefully guys are signed. And I'm going to sound really, really stupid by saying this, but Trent Williams is still available offensive tackle from the 49ers. Kenny Golladay being the biggest receiver name. Curtis Samuel, Anthony Harris, Melvin Ingram from the Chargers, Juju Smith-Schuster, another big name, Anthony Villanueva, really, really good offensive tackle from the Steelers as well. Patrick Peterson is still available. Will Fuller is still available. Jadeveon Clowney, Xavier Rhodes, Eric Wilson, Sammy Watkins sucks. Who cares? Kenyon Drake, T.Y. Hilton is still available. Chris Carson is still available. Gerald Everett is still available. Jared Cook is still available. David Andrews is still available. Denzel Perriman. I'm only going to go through the big names. Richard Sherman. And Xavier Woods, another big name. James White.
Stop. 1 second. Let's just focus. If you want to be done after my take, you can be done. At the end of the day,
we can be.
The wide receivers that are still available, we're talking Sammy Watkins, we're talking T.Y.
Kenny Golladay.
We're talking Kenny. There's one
Will
more
Fuller.
That Will Fuller. Perfect. That rounds it out.
Curtis Samuel, too. You can put in that category, too.
Oh, no. That doesn't help my point.
Curtis Samuel's nice.
Overall is none of them, with the cap space that teams have this year because of everything going on, are number one, could burn any DB that you line them up against this year.
They're not going to be worth that $17 million that they're going to be looking for.
AKA, for all our fans, you probably heard it somewhere else. You hear it here. They're not number one receivers, bro. So at the end of the day,
I think Kenny Golladay is the only true number one in that set.
I think he's a true number one, but I think he's
just pending injury.
I think
that's his biggest issue.
I think he's a true number two, just because of all the injuries that he comes out with. Like, you have to have somebody else on the team that's insurance.
Like Denzel Mims or a Corey Davis.
Oh my God.
Or Jamison Crowder, would you say? Or Josh Doxson, who's coming back? Would you say?
Sterling Shepard or
Oh boy.
No, but keep it 100. None of them is number one receivers.
Right.
So you're not gonna get the bag that you expect. This shit is gonna play out for another week and a half, and then they're gonna slowly get signed, and they're not gonna get signed for the money that any of y'all that's expecting out there on your teams for them to get signed for. It's not gonna happen.
Well, it's gonna be good for somebody's team. Somebody gonna get them on the low.
The only person you overpaying for is who, Ed?
Sorry, say that one more time.
The only wide receiver out of the group that's being overpaid for in this market is going to be
Juju for sure. He's going to get overpaid.
Exactly.
For sure.
And Juju
for sure. Juju's going to get paid like a one. I hope he ends up in Miami.
Juju going to get paid like he's a superstar player.
Yeah.
OSA fans, Juju low key is a bum.
Overrated.
You're welcome. You heard it here first.
That's all I have for now.
And again, that's all.
I've been refreshing Ian Rappaport's tweets to make sure I don't miss anything.
That's all for in case you missed it, man. We moving on. Bag of the trash. Speaking about people getting the bag, we all know the homie Dak Prescott just got the bag. Bag alert. Jerry Jones has been talking about it. He talked about it. Situation. He seemed to be happy, and he said,
he said it's the first deal he felt like he lost or whatever.
He said he overpaid, but he's happy. This first deal, he's happy to feel like he overpaid for. Like this is the first time he's been robbed and enjoyed it. It's like, I enjoyed this robbery. Like
that's a nice backhanded compliment.
Right, exactly. You stuck me up. I overpaid, but it's okay. I'm happy with that. So, with that, Drew, kick us off. Bag of the trash. Did Cowboys overpay for Dak Prescott?
No, because you wasn't. So I'm gonna trash it because they had to pay that thing. They had to pay that money for him anyway because you strung him on so long that you can not pay that big price that you paid. Like you couldn't undervalue him. He was going to leave. Like you was in a lose-lose situation. So yeah, you was trapped where you got him at. So fuck it.
Pay what you weigh. Kev, bag of the trash.
Did they overpay for him?
Yeah, did they overpay for Dak?
Nah, I don't think they overpaid for Dak. Only because if he didn't hurt his ankle, he maybe potentially would have paid him more. But for him to be okay with what you paid him, coming off what we talked about last week on the pod, like I think me and Eddie went back and forth a little bit. I was saying, I've experienced an ankle injury. And it's somewhere around the level of what Dak's was. And I didn't have the amount of like access to equipment and shit like that he has to come back. Yeah. They would not have paid him, ladies and gentlemen, the amount of money they paid him if they didn't know the rehab that they could do on his ankle. That's just light work, bro. We're not talking structural damage, bro.
Yeah.
That's just fine. The longest part of his process right now is getting his range of motion back or his rotation back in his ankle, and that's just gonna happen way before training camp. So,
all right, DQ, bag of the trash. Did Cowboys overpay for Dak?
So bag it means they didn't.
Bag it mean they did. Trash it mean they did.
Trashing him. My boy is supposed to get paid. That injury, like I'm kind of happy that he was satisfied with what he got with the injury and all, but if he didn't get injured, he should answer way more because he deserved that shit. He's the best quarterback he had in a minute. I'm saying, like, Dak is the kind of guy who can, where they want to go. I feel that Dak can actually bring them there.
Yeah,
because Dak is a really talented dude.
And bag of the trash.
I'm gonna trash it, but I'm gonna have a different take than everybody else. Look, I'm sick and tired of all these people because I know where this question stems from. I don't understand why people get so mad at athletes when they make so much money. Maybe it's because they thought that they were nice and they had it when they were in high school. And that's when they peaked. And, they could have went pro if it wasn't for a shoulder injury or whatever it was. And maybe if I didn't get my baby moms pregnant,
the scrawny as hell.
I could have, and again, maybe it's jealousy, but I think that a lot of, what I did hear a lot on talk radio, what I did hear a lot about on a lot of sports podcasts that I listened to, is that people were just shitting on Dak and people were calling in. And not only did they mention Dak, they mentioned Deshaun Watson, they mentioned Lamar Jackson. Honestly, I think the biggest reason why a lot of people have issues with it, black quarterback. They don't want to see a black guy get paid, period. That's number one. Number two, it's the market, man. No one's going to get Patrick Mahomes money. But I'm sorry, in a league where if I am the top receiver in the game and it doesn't matter what position I play, I'm the top receiver in the game, let's just say hypothetically, my contract's up, I'm going to be the highest paid wide receiver. Kevin is 2 years younger than me. Kevin's contract's up next year. Guess who's going to be the next highest paid receiver if he's the best in the game? Even though I might be better than him, he's still going to get more money than me because that's just the way it is. The market gets set by the position, period.
Right.
So don't get mad at Dak because he got paid. He deserved that money. And again, is very front loaded. So he's going to get a lot of money guaranteed up top. But
like 70 something this first year?
Yeah, and as it gets, as he goes through the contract, it's going to get lower and lower. So there will be room to negotiate. And again, with these fucking fans that just shit on these players that get their money, shut the fuck up. You ain't never going to get that kind of money anyway. You were never that good. You were never going to go pro. Shut the fuck up. Just watch the team and root for your team, dog. You want a white quarterback? Go look how Andy Dalton did. Look how Bandanucci did. Yeah, come on, bro. Come on. Your team was just like, and Dak gets a lot of fucking slack for only winning one playoff game. Guess what? Who else has won a playoff game for them recently?
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo.
Crickets.
Exactly.
Aikmans.
Right.
Like, come on.
No, but again, piggybacking off it, trashing it, because again, what else you gonna do? Like, and again, Cowboys should be thankful that this injury did happen to Dak, because God forbid he played the season, had a great season. This was Dak saying, "Okay, I got injured last season. This to settle. Because I hurt myself. All right, I'll take this." That's what this was. Let him had a good season. Patty's up here. He gonna be like, put me like right. This Patrick Mahomes. I know I ain't here, but put me real close. Put me close. And they would have no choice, because what's the alternative? Andy fucking Dalton. And then again, like Ed said,
and let Dak fuck around and win a Super Bowl. I know Kev don't want to hear that,
but it's the fucking market. And like you said, you signed a deal. Bam. Just using a similar example. You signed a deal. You arguably one of the best receivers in the league. Kev's deal is coming up. But Kev is like right there neck and neck with you. When his deal come up, he gonna be looking at your shit like, this nigga.
I want that contract. Yep.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We in this, and if I feel like I'm the best, and y'all saying I'm arguably one of the best, pay me that. So Dak is doing what everyone does. When your name is mentioned as one of the elites, you look at the market, see what everybody pay me my weight. Pay me what I weigh, bro. You saying I'm the elite? You saying I'm the QB for your team and the QB of the future? Pay me like it. And that goes for every fucking position. Pay me what I weigh. These fans and you have these analysts, all these motherfuckers who once upon a dream, I'm doing this. These players are divas. They this, they that. Nigga, if you was in this position, you'll be playing the game. Doing the same just like everybody else. It's a part of the game. So
I'm going to be very, very moderate. I'm going to moderate this close, but Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson's deals are going to be coming up soon, and like those are going to be the top two that I look at. Like if I'm Baltimore, I hope that Buffalo. If I'm Baltimore, I'm paying Lamar first. Like you don't want to be the team to be the second. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be the team that fucks up and goes fuck.
Right.
Because Baltimore's going to look pretty sketchy if they, if let's say Lamar gets to the AFC Championship game and Buffalo loses in the divisional game, and Josh Allen gets more than Lamar. That's not going to be good for Baltimore, and Lamar's not going to like it, and that's going to cause a holdout, and you might lose Lamar.
Mm-hmm. So
we'll see.
Look, these fuckers are billionaires. It ain't nothing. They got it. Pay the players what they deserve, because this how the game goes. Everybody trying to get their coin, even the owner. So let's play it how it's played. Moving on. Bag of the trash. Now, sad to see Drew Brees has officially retired. There's been speculation if he's gonna come back or not. He told them last year that he was gonna retire, but he played. He got fucked up last season.
18 broken ribs, I believe.
Yeah, all types of fucked up, and so he's finally retiring. But never to fear, Jameis Winston is here. Take some
new LASIK eyes.
Yeah, right. New eyes, Jameis with the crazy hip move. Then you got Taysom there. Man, they set. So bag of the trash to you first, Kev. Is Saints still a playoff contender without Breeze? Bag of the trash.
I give this a lot of thought. I want y'all to know I really give this a lot of thought, but I'm gonna say bag it because I have faith in Sean Payton. If Sean Payton managed to get this boy to not turn the ball over, we're talking about Jameis Winston like
eating W's.
Yeah, eating W's. Let's not do that because that's just the worst take I've ever seen in my life. But I don't want to say MVP category quarterback, but even though that's true and relevant, if he's throwing 30 TDs to 5, 6, 7 picks, and he can even get his TD number up.
Yeah.
Bro, the only man in the league at the QB position ever that could have his own true 30 for 30 his 30 for 30 season is this man. If this man can get his 30 for 30
for 30
to bro, like
30 TDs, 30 picks.
and 20, it don't matter what he does. They're going to the playoffs this season with Taysom in there with gadget plays and all that shit. I believe that shit strongly, bro.
Right.
So that's my take on it. What did I say? I had to trash it, or did I bag it? I don't remember.
So the question is they a contender? Is there a contender?
Yes, and you said bag it.
So bag it.
So bag it.
Bro, they definitely can be a contender. That's my disclaimer. The keyword in that sentence was can.
Got you. All right, DQ.
Because they can be bum.
I gotta trash that. I feel that Jameis Winston is like one of those players who was really, really good in college, but to that pro level, he can't match. He can't compete with others like who actual great pros.
Nah, bro. I feel you, DQ, but based on the numbers, he can ball at this level.
He can throw that.
Jameis can sling it.
He can sling it.
He just
got his biggest issue was he couldn't see.
Okay.
Couldn't see.
If that in the case,
like
he didn't know what color the jerseys were.
Chuck it football.
Like he was throwing it to somebody. Somebody was getting his ball.
Whoever is the team of the ever.
Bro, I've seen Jameis have like 5 touchdown games, bro.
Right. Yeah.
And he throw 3 or 4 picks in those games.
Right.
And lose. That shit is not okay.
It's because he couldn't see.
So
like he literally couldn't see. He got LASIK eye surgery when he got to the Saints. Like,
so DQ saying he trashing it. Jameis ain't gonna do it. Drew, bag it and trash it.
Honestly, I agree with Kev, bro. Like it all depends if he's gonna stop throwing them damn picks. Like all his focus on is like he got what is that fucking accuracy? That's what it is. You just gotta be accurate with the ball. Like it could be a serious bag because
that's the problem. He's not that inaccurate, bro.
That's why
he's 100% to everybody.
Yeah, because he can see now.
Like no funny shit. bro, he's not that inaccurate of a quarterback, bro.
That's what I
He's
say.
got
He
a
can
problem
stop.
with trying to fit it in the tight spaces.
Right.
Where
If he
he
can
should be
stop
going
throwing
to his
picks,
third
he'll be
read.
good. If he really can stop throwing picks, like he will be a great quarterback. To be honest with you, like I'm agreeing with you, right? So I'm definitely.
So you bagging it?
Yeah, I'm bagging it. It all depends. It all depends if he's going to stop throwing picks and he's going to stop being an inaccurate quarterback. But I'm gonna bag it.
Ed, bagging the trash.
So the question is are they playoff bound?
Are they a playoff contender without Breeze?
Okay. All right. Drew missed what, 6 games, 7 games?
Yeah, he missed a lot.
6, 7 games. Yeah. I think what everybody's forget about Jameis. You know, I've already discussed his eye surgery.
AK, they forgetting AK.
Yeah, fucking one of the best running backs in the league, and Alvin Kamara, who can literally do anything and everything. Michael Thomas is a great receiver. Clearly, either hated Drew Brees or hates Sean Payton. I don't know what's going on with that. Hopefully, that works out. If it doesn't, there's a home for you in New York, and your color is green. But that defense is still pretty good. You know, looking at their team with who they lost, they didn't really lose too much. So for the most part, like the core pieces of the defense is still there. I think they lost their slot corner, which, you know, you're not really giving. The Saints gave up a lot of yards regardless, but as far as through the air, they gave up a lot of yards. And I think ultimately that's what got them out of the playoffs. Jameis did have that.
Line, though.
Jameis had that beautiful 1-for-1 playoff performance this season. I don't know if you guys remember that. One pass, fucking touchdown, looked beautiful. So yeah, as far as like Jameis isn't gonna have to do too much, man. Like, you know, I think we're putting a little bit too much into it. Like, yeah, I agree with Kev where he could throw 5 touchdowns, but like, is you know what Kev is saying? Like, is he gonna throw 5 picks when he throws those 5 touchdowns? I don't think Sean Payton's gonna let him do that. Period.
Right.
He's gonna have his checkdowns, his 1, his 2, his 3. If it's not there, throw it to Kamara. If it's not there, you're handing it off. Check out of the fucking play and give it to Kamara because the guy had 6 touchdowns in one game. Like,
well, if he's got to go to Kamara as his 4th read, bro, he don't need to start.
There's nothing for – and again, what Kevin also said with the gadget plays, Taysom Hill's going to be there too. He'll have some wildcat, whatever the fuck they do. They'll line him up at tight end. They'll line him up at wide receiver. They'll line him up at kicker if he has to. The Saints are going to win some games, and they're still the Saints. And again, I believe in Sean Payton.
Yeah, again.
So, bag it if I didn't say it.
Yeah, again, bagging it across the board. Again, I was a Jameis fan in Tampa. I like Jameis. It's just like he don't see a bad pass, and like Eddie said, he got new eyes. But he gonna put that ball on you. So under Sean Payton, under Drew for a year, you know, it was supposed to be to be between Thomas and Drew Brees. So we get that out. So now you got Jameis and Mike. Then you got AK. You got a solid defense, and you got Sean Payton. It makes for, like, without Drew Brees being there, now we keep Taysom in the Wildcat doing his shit. Give the reins to Jameis. And I believe in Jameis. New eyes, new coaching, new area. Like, he's been in New Orleans. He know the players. He know the team. He got the fucking arm. Yes, they will be in the playoffs this upcoming season. I don't see why they wouldn't be. Like, they set up already as a team to go there. So yeah, bagging that shit, man. Just like that. Now, up next in bagging the trash, my guy CP3. We all know. Point guard.
CP3. There you go.
God, CP3. Everywhere he goes,
people want to know.
I was just about to do that.
The team, the players, everyone benefits from CP3 being there. Phoenix Suns, last year, out of there.
Out of the bubble. On the verge of the bubble.
On the verge.
Hottest team in the bubble.
I mean,
the hottest
fringe bubble team.
Close to being in that shit.
Hottest team in the bubble, but they was on the cusp.
Only team that all got their dick sucked.
All that, Ed, all of that good shit. Mm-hmm. So hottest team in the bubble, but was on the cusp of making the playoffs, and they didn't make it. But they were the hottest team in the bubble. Granted, They get CP3, and now they're number 2 in the West. This ain't no coincidence. This ain't no coincidence at all. Wherever CP3 go, players, teams get better. Now, it's a lot of we're in the midpoint of the season, a lot of MVP talk. CP3 never gets mentioned. But I'm here to say, why not? So bag of the trash it to you, DQ first. Bag of the trash it. Is CP3 a legit MVP contender?
I'm bagging it because Chris Paul got robbed the MVP in 2008. That's his second year in the league. Everywhere his guy goes, he makes people better, he makes the team better. Tyson Chandler will not be in the league if it wasn't for Chris Paul. Keep saying this shit. Fucking David West will not be in the league when he was if it wasn't for Chris Paul.
David West, I remember. Yeah.
All the niggas on this team that got rings because of Chris Paul. Like if they didn't leave that, if there was the same situation in New Orleans, Chris Paul would have been guys MVP and he would have been got a ring. But no, he taught niggas how to play ball the right way.
Right.
Everywhere you tell me, everywhere nigga go, the team get better. I'm just saying.
Right.
The fucking Clippers were not even a fucking good team before he got there. No one gave a fuck.
Became Lob City.
He went to OKC because he had traded. Them niggas got better.
Right, definitely.
They weren't supposed to do shit that season.
Yeah.
Like Chris Paul has been underappreciated for too long in the NBA.
Right.
I'm saying.
And we tired of it. We tired of it.
In the West?
In 08,
Phoenix,
he was
number 2.
Best player.
Number 2 in the West.
Damn, I didn't know that.
2.
All right, Ed, bag of the trash it. CP3 MVP contender.
I'm a bag it because I'm still bitter. Well, I'll trash the trade block. I'm still bitter that Chris Paul, Melo, and Amari couldn't do what they wanted to do. They said it at Melo's wedding. It was supposed to happen. NBA wanted to be bitches and fucking block that trade. Let this man go to the fucking Clippers. I gotta go watch fucking Lob City. It's actually unfortunate for Chris Paul.
They blocked CP3 going to the Lakers.
The Lakers too.
Well, which he would have been a free agent the following year, and then he would have ended up with the next anyway because he made a promise to Melo and Lala over a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios.
He was also supposed to go to the
I'm gonna let you get your...
but there was an issue with the number 3 situation, so he didn't come to the Heat.
Yo,
yeah.
CP3
So it's supposed to be him,
right now.
and LeBron.
Yeah. I will bag it. CP3 is literally he is a gem. He's a treasure of the NBA. Unfortunately for the guy, I don't think he's ever going to win a championship unless he goes out ring chasing. And I hope he does, honestly, at this point, because I think he just needs a ring under his belt.
Why not?
Because, yeah, you know what? He deserves it. No one's going to be mad at him for doing it, even if he comes off the bench and is like the 6th man of the year or whatever.
Right. All right, Drew, bag of the trash. CP3 MVP contender.
I can see him being a contender. I'm going to bag it because just like DQ say, where he goes, teams do get better. Like OKC and Phoenix, like these 2 years prove that immensely with Chris Paul. Like where he goes, the team does get better. He's a contender. I do not see him winning because I don't think they're going to give it to him. But I definitely see him being a contender for the MVP. Like he's a true contender.
All right, Kev. Bag of the trash.
I'm gonna say bag it. I just know enough about CP3 to know that he's elite, bro.
Right.
He is what it is. At the end of the day, he should be in contention every year. And I know I think it was DQ, you mentioned 08? Like he should have
he got robbed. That's the year to get Kobe the MVP.
Yeah, he should have locked that down, but I mean, it is what it is. You gotta lose to somebody, you lose to Kobe. I'm sure that's how he feels about it, but I know that he knows right now, like, this is his turn. He needs that MVP. If he's not gonna win a ring, he needs to get a few more MVPs, and maybe he'll feel a little bit better, but maybe he still won't be able to sleep at night. That ain't on us to decide. For this bag of the trash it, bag it.
Yeah, and again, I'm bagging it too, like Ed said. I didn't want him to sign with Phoenix. I wanted him to go and ring chase. I feel like he's done enough. He's proven himself as a individual athlete to do that.
Right.
It was time. And like Kev said, if that nigga would have went to the Lakers, LeBron wouldn't retire until he do. LeBron gonna be like, yo, bro, we in this shit until you ready to go. Like with me, with CP, AD, and LeBron gonna be like, bro, I ain't going nowhere. We gonna keep playing until you ready to get the fuck out of here. So
CP as the end is like kind of at the end of his rope. He's kind of like
that's what we're saying. He should ring chase.
I'm getting that. He should be ring chasing. LeBron is on that ring chase. So let's do it together and let's keep doing it as long as we can. Like, let's keep going for it. Now, in regards to the MVP, I know they look more of it as when it comes to the stats, but I think they should take more consideration of the team and what you bring to a team. And like in CP3's case, you take Phoenix, who wasn't in it, to a number 2 team. Like that's stuff. Yeah, that's a huge jump. And it ain't no coincidence that they go from not in it at all to number 2 in the West. Like, and then you look at his resume of places he's been, then you to me, you take all that in consideration when you think of MVP. It's only about the stats when it comes to the MVP, the regular season MVP. But I think they should pay more attention to how much you contribute and your effect on the team to make you the MVP. But yes, he's definitely a contender. I know he ain't gonna win, but he's definitely should be in that contention. In the conversation, he don't get no talk. Us as fans, as sports fans, and as basketball fans, we talking him up. But a lot of times the NBA, when it comes to the MVP, he is not one to mention. They talking about Embiid, they talking about LeBron, they talking about James Harden, they talking about Giannis, they talking about everybody else. But what he does for his team compared to where they were last year, he should definitely be mentioned whenever the conversation comes up. So I'm definitely bagging it.
Giannis deserved MVP last year either. I'm the same.
But stats-wise, he did because of the stats. That's all they going on is the stats. Regular season, he was number 1 team. He had all the fucking stats. It made sense based on the NBA's evaluation of MVP. I think they should change that evaluation a bit.
Because he was valuable,
right? Because if you look at it, he definitely didn't deserve it if you go on a valuable sense. But he had the stats, so he won. But last up at back in the trash it. Olympics coming up. We're still dealing with COVID. The world is the world. A lot more places got it worse than we do. But Kawhi has come out to say he's going to play in the Olympics, and he's doing his recruiting. Him and Pop is going to be the coach. So this is their first time back together since San Antonio. So they both recruiting to try and get players to come play, but everybody's like, I don't know, bro. We still got the vid out here. So to you first, Kev, bag of the trash it. Should NBA players take the risk playing in the Olympics?
Bag it, bro. For the players, for the big name players that haven't got a chance to get in and lock it down and play and get a gold medal.
Yeah.
Bro, as far as some people are concerned, me not necessarily, but as a fan of the Olympics, a big fan, like, yo, to win on the biggest stage for your country, that shit hit a little different. Like, Melo sleep a little different at night, bro, because he got and won titles for the country, bro. Whether it was with an all-star team or not, Kawhi and whatever names come out and say, like, yeah, fuck it, we going. Like, whether it's a Dame or so Embiid, or you maybe miss like out on a Giannis if he decided to play for his country or something like that.
He'll play for Greece for sure.
The more that comes out that other players in your league is gonna play for their country or whatever, you get the best of the best. They lacing up. I don't want to hear shit, bro. At the end of the day, I'm a huge Olympics fan. Like, yo, this summer, I'm thirsty for the Olympics right now, bro. And mad niggas is gonna go in and they're gonna play. So at the end of the day, what's the question? Did I bag it? Did I trash it?
So yeah, you bagged it because you said they should take the risk.
They taking the risk. Y'all know damn well y'all taking the risk. Don't.
All right, Drew, bag of the trash. Should NBA players take the risk playing in the Olympics?
If it's gonna be a risk, trash that shit because honestly, if
that's
it's
just
going
in
to be
Japan, they're gonna take that shit as serious as possible. Come on, son.
if
They're
they take that
they
shit,
gonna get the booty swabs. They're gonna get the booty swabs. You know how they do it.
Oh, that's China, bro.
I know.
China.
I know. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
What the hell is
I'm playing. I know.
Man.
I know.
Yo, for real. I mean, like, it's just because it's the unknown. It's just like I don't know yet.
I'm sorry, Drew. You'll cut people off and they take. So let me do this real quick. Yo, you don't think these players that's going out of them that's gonna commit and go? You don't think they're gonna get the vaccine if they believe in it?
Yeah, for sure.
You don't think they're gonna get the vaccine and feel even more confident about being good out there?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna make you take it if you want to go to the
under the radar. There's a ridiculous amount of athletes that are going into the Olympics that are being vaccinated right now, bro.
I hear you. It's just I hear you though. It's just an unknown though. It's just an unknown with me. You don't know if it's gonna be good or it's gonna be not. Like it's nobody knows at this point. Like you may be right. All of a sudden Kev may be right or some shit. But like we just don't know. We just don't know at the end of the day.
He said it don't happen much, but Kev might be right. So Ed, bag of the trash.
I'll bag it in the sense that I would hope, I would think, I would pray to Allah, God,
COVID's over.
Whatever, Buddha, who cares, man? Like, I just hope this is over. I mean, the Olympics is until July anyway. You know, I would just hope that we're getting to the point now where, I mean, especially in New York, and we've been like the most liberal state, if you want to just like, you know, call it what it is. We've been the most liberal state when it comes to COVID. At this point, you know, April 1st, we're allowed to travel domestically without quarantining with or without the vaccine. Bars are at now 75% here in Westchester. Down in New York City, it's at 50. By May, it should be at 100% capacity. So look, if the Olympics are on, the Olympics are on. If the players want to go, they want to go. If they don't want to go, I could give a shit regardless. I just want COVID to be over, so I don't know what they would be sacrificing. And to Kev's point too, I'm pretty sure every Olympian athlete, regardless of the country, I think they're automatically going to get the vaccine. It's just like hey, like, oh, you're coming to Japan? Like, yeah, like I want to play for my country. And they'll be like, all right, cool, you're going to take the shot? And they're going to be like, and they'll be like, you're going to take the shot or you're not going to play.
Bro, they're just not going to tell people how many vaccines were stolen from like the communities that needed it.
No. Again, right now vaccines are tight, but I think by the summer, just like with testing, right? Like,
bro, they're talking about by May. It's not going to be tight.
So this is like right around. This is the week of the anniversary of when the country shut down altogether, and life changed as we knew it. So I think at this point last year, no one could get tested. I couldn't even get a test as a non-medical essential worker. I couldn't even get tested. By the summer, everyone could get a test. At this point, no one can really get vaccines. You have to qualify in a group or qualify in an age group or whatever it is. I think by the summer, just like with the testing, everyone's going to be able to get the vaccine. So, again, hopefully by July. I mean, July, it's late July too, right? When is it? July 23rd. Fucking please. I hope this is over by then. If not, I'm going to kill myself.
You say you're going to kill yourself every fucking time.
The countdown here.
Yo, we gotta get a counter going because this nigga going to kill himself. We 40 episodes in, he done killed himself 48 times, so.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I got mental health issues. I bury it down like a good Catholic that was raised, but I'm not Catholic. But I push it down like a good Catholic.
Shut it,
damn, this is like a little bit dark right here.
DQ, bag of trash. Should NBA players take the risk playing in the Olympics?
I think I'm going to bag it, but I think the players who want to be more famous than they already are, like not the superstar players, but those players that feel they have a bigger name than they should have, should be the ones to play in the Olympics. That way they can
get their name out there. Such as who?
Yeah.
Pretty much. No, not
let the young guys go there.
Yeah, Devin Booker. So,
let Kawhi go.
If you like Kawhi, say pretty much any person that's drafted after 2011.
The weak ass team that they just had in the World Cup.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, or even like those players who don't get burned. Put all the bench warmers on a USA team.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't have us out here looking bad.
Now the best, like the worst thing to do is do what you just said, and they be out there competing and really
we'll lose.
Losing close games.
Yeah, I ain't trying to lose.
Like,
fuck that.
I'm saying you talking about like the Jalen Browns where they like cuss superstar, star player, all-star area players, like that type of player.
Obviously, I don't feel like we can expect like the 2012 roster, but bro, like we gotta go.
No, we gotta put some stars in there.
Yo, but I'm saying, but imagine Bron, Steph, Kawhi, KD.
They say, fuck it, we out?
Yo, it's like, we out here, yo.
The Olympics already have an issue with NBA having NBA players in anyway.
Yeah.
My whole anthem.
The NBA, they complain about the NBA having their star players in there.
Games, I'm like, you don't want no problems.
If that team goes, you know damn well everybody gonna be standing hand on their chest like hell yeah, let's go.
And DQ, you brought up why I'm trashing it. The Olympics been complaining about the NBA and American players stacking the deck.
It'll be better.
So if you ain't gonna let us
put the best in the world,
right? Put our people out there, then our players shouldn't take that risk. Like, fuck it. Like, send fucking Rodney Hood and them out there.
Yo, but the problem is, at the end of the day with the Olympics, most of the players that are the best from their country play with their country teams, even though
But
at the end of the day, they're mad that the best of the best of the United States can cook them.
Right.
Yo, put some more basketball courts.
The United States is twice the size of some of their
countries. We don't get mad at them when we're trash at soccer.
Right, exactly.
Like we don't get mad at them when they're really, really good at like cricket.
Baseball?
Like, nah, they don't. I mean,
wrestling.
Stop.
America, USA ain't the best when it comes to baseball.
No, it is because they get all the Dominicans to come over here.
Okay.
And then they have their Dominican men have children in America, so they're born American.
But that Dominican roster gonna cook our ass.
Of course, but there's not an Olympic for baseball. There's the World Baseball Classic,
right?
And the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Venezuelans,
the Mexicans,
the Cubans. The Mexicans are trash. The Mexicans are awful. They should just play soccer and that's it. Mexicans do not play baseball. Sorry.
Stereotyping like a motherfucker.
Viva la raza, all that. Lo siento, güey. No quiero problema, pero 2-0.
Viva la raza, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck all that. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously, duh. But there is no like baseball Olympics, and if there is, they're not sending out. Nobody's sending their best. Like literally, nobody's sending their best. But yeah, fuck that. We don't get mad at the Europeans when they're better at us in everything else other than swimming and basketball. I mean, what else do we win? Sometimes gymnastics.
Yeah, we get them.
We crush gymnastics.
Yeah, we get them.
I know in the summer we had that one chick that played beach volleyball that was really, really good. She was super old. I don't know her name, but yeah, that's it. It's not like we win everything.
Yeah.
Y'all good at all the
tall blonde lady. She be cooking.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, tall blonde shorty be killing everybody.
Yeah, it's like you guys beat us and literally y'all can have fencing.
Word.
You can have the hurdle.
It's a duo. They be cooking people.
Yeah. We give the Jamaicans the speed, the running, the track and field. Like it's not like we crush everything. We just crush a couple of things. Let us beat.
Yeah.
Right? So
they trying to even the playing field. So because of that, that's why I say trash, because they're not letting American players, the top dogs, really go. They trying to open it up to the younger players and the players that want to show their American pride, because they're like, yo, y'all have already showed y'all pride. We don't need y'all to show any more pride. Like, sit out.
Like, cool. We'll send LaMelo. We'll send Zion. We'll send RJ Barrett. We'll send Obi. We'll send y'all not beating us regardless. But they send the younger dudes.
But they gonna get cooked because again, you're gonna have Joker. You're going to have Luka. You're going to have all these superstars in the NBA.
Yeah, because the amount of depth that we have coming off a bench, any bench we got.
And then again, you have like Luka and them, they go back to their countries playing with players that they've already built relationships with in the game. Luka been playing since he was a shorty. You get Giannis Giannis go back to Greece. All these players, they've already built camaraderie and stuff playing together. So it's like riding a bike for them. They get in there and then boom, now they cooking our young boys. When we supposed to have our OGs out there, like, yo, sit down, let LeBron down and Steph shoot and turn around and do all that good shit.
All I know is for me personally, like that 2012 team was like one of the funnest things to watch of my generation.
Early in the morning,
was too crazy.
Early in the morning,
stupid in the morning. Like I'm like, yo, these boys don't got a chance, bro. Watch pull some of our teammates to the side, and Kobe be like, yo, you see him barking at somebody, and then he's like, yo, come on, let's go. Like,
they had fun. That was a fun.
They was having fun, bro.
Yeah.
Torching, winning by 30.
Yo, watch the bench. If you just go back and look at the film, look at the bench. They over there just having a ball.
Like, they're having a blast.
Right, towels, everything. Go. Yeah, so, but that is back in the trash. We gonna get into star bench cut. All right, DQ will be back shortly, but we kicking it off. We going to Phoenix. So we got 3 Phoenix superstars at one point. We got Amari Stoudemire, we got Steve Nash, and we got Sir Charles Barkley. Who you starting? Who you benching? Who you cutting? Drew, what you got?
I am starting Barkley. I am benching Steve Nash. I'm cutting Amari Stoudemire. There we go.
Good shit. Kev, star bench cut.
I think that was trash, Durant.
All right, then give me a trash ass list.
Starting Steve.
Okay.
Benching Barkley. Either way, they're gonna be on the court at the same damn time. And Stat gotta go. Even though big homie, I met you in Applebee's in White Plains. Big ass nigga, I can't guard you.
Right.
But you cook food on this list, bro.
All right, Ed, star bench cut.
Yeah, I love Amari, man. You know, I love his signature goggles, and when he get his N1, he do the little point.
Homie, right. But he gotta go.
You know, and again, yeah, we're running into every Knicks player that stayed at where did they stay? They stayed at the Ritz?
Yeah.
Or they stayed at one city place. Yeah, they stayed at the Ritz in White Plains.
They was at the Ritz.
Shout out the County Center in White Plains when it was dope. Now it's weird. Ain't no Knicks players come through. Or if they probably do come through and nobody notices because
they play for the Westchester Knicks.
Because they play for the Westchester Knicks.
Shout out to Landry Fields being in like.
Yeah, Landry Fields was always in there. What a good team in 2015.
Nobody recognized him except for like 2 of us.
We had Drake in the face ass, Landry Fields. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut him. Steve Nash is just too good, so I'm gonna. And I did get to watch him. So he was just too goddamn good. MVP, 2-time MVP, Steve Nash?
Yeah, 2-time.
Two-time
MVP.
He didn't deserve the last one.
He's a Canadian treasure. I think he's Canadian. I hope he is. But so he's on the bench, and I'm starting the only guy in this list that was in Space Jam. Period.
Right.
Like, I mean, and like it's still relevant. I mean, Mari's coaching for the Knicks now? Right?
Yeah,
so
he's
Brooklyn. A bench coach.
He's on the Brooklyn.
Yeah, so he's a trader, number one. Number two, Steve Nash is the head coach over there. Another, whatever, fuck you, dude. Like, fuck the Nets. And Charles Barkley's on TNT with Shaq. Like, what's up? Like, that's just hilarious.
Probably
their banter is the best.
The best.
Their banter is amazing.
Charles and Shaq, the funniest dudes. I promise you, sportscasting.
They really. One of these days, I think there needs to be at some point. I don't know when it's gonna be.
Put on gloves.
Yeah, they got a box. They got
Bro,
they gotta put the gloves on.
Shot the one since they started filming together.
Yo, every episode they be about to fight. Hey, Shaggy,
we got these shark. We got these niggas.
He be all right. You keep playing with Barkley. I'm gonna kick your ass. But
and also, real quick on Chuck too. It's not his fault that he fucking played with Jordan.
Played Jordan era. It's the era, man.
It's not his fault.
Unfortunately, it was the era. But DQ, we talking Phoenix Start bench cut. Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash, and Charles Barkley. Who you starting? Who you benching? Who you cutting?
Starting Steve Nash, benching Barkley, cutting Amari because Amari is a traitor. Nigga really left the team. Say he want to retire as a Knick. Like, really, my nigga? It's a team you want to retire as?
All right, I'm
He's a
starting Sir Charles Barkley, OG, triple OG.
Can
Benching.
I get your Shaq when you do Shaq? I need your Shaq one more time. Your Shaq impression was pretty good.
Oh, was it? It was bad to me.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty
now
good.
I can't do it now because you told me to do it.
I know. It was pretty good.
It ain't gonna work right now. I remember Ari Spears used to do the Shaq and shit. He used to do the cross eye.
Yeah, cross eye.
Hey, stop playing with me, I'm gonna beat your ass. Right.
I dribble the ball.
I dribble the ball. I give it to Kobe. I say, Kobe, turn the ball, give it to me. I'm gonna dunk it. But starting Charles Barkley, benching Steve Nash, and cutting Amari again. Amari, you just the lesser of the three.
Odd man out.
All right. Next up, we got 3 games from Rockstar.
Gang.
We got Warriors, Max Payne, and Red Dead Redemption.
Which one?
The first one. First Red. I would say it too. Red Dead Redemption 1. Which one you starting? Which one you benching? Which one you cutting? DQ, kick us off.
So, surprisingly enough, I've never personally played any of these games. Surprising, but
really,
here's how it goes. I've only played the first level in Max Payne. I didn't own Red Dead Redemption 1. I part 2. I Red Dead Revolve on my PS4.
Right.
So I'm gonna change mine up since I haven't played mine. So I'm going to start GTA 3. I'm a bench Bully, and I'm a bench Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm a bench a Bully.
Okay. This take ain't gonna make social media, but Kev, start bench cut.
I would start Max Payne.
How could you not?
I would bench Warriors only because I didn't play Max Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption. I didn't play that much.
Gotcha. Drew, start bench cut.
I'm starting Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 1 was actually good though. Like even though
the second game, not the first one.
Yeah, I know the first one was good. It's just the second game was way better. But the first game was actually good though because I played that. So I'm starting Red Dead Redemption. I am benching Max Payne and I never played the Warriors, the video game. I never
Blasphemy.
It's actually really
Blasphemy.
good. I didn't play it myself, but my friend was playing it constantly. But it's really good because it literally it's like the movie, just more in depth, more detailed. As you know, you have to go from the Bronx to Brooklyn, and that's a long
I never played it.
They need to bring it. They need to bring it back out. They need to do a new one. A new version.
Probably remaster it.
Remaster it. They need to.
At some point. Rockstar can't crank out enough games because they're too fucking long.
Fucking GTA 5 is
like a good job with Grand Theft Auto.
GTA 5.
No, of course. GTA 5 they did a good job with, but I'm just saying like most of their games are
most
like
of their games is long.
Yo, they realized that.
And GTA is a different game though.
They realized San Andreas was way too fucking long, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That shit was like a lifetime long. Like I know.
No, that ass work.
Vice City was long, bro.
That shit right now, bro.
The Vice City to me was a breeze because
I
was young when that game came out. I was at the height of my I had all the time, dog. I said, "Fuck my homework. I'm gonna hop on Vice City real quick."
All right, but
I got a little Rockstar tale right now. So
always got a tale, nigga.
So when I was like, basically came 2002, 2003-ish. So me and my friend Devon and Kadeem, RIP, we was at Food Town, and we was like bagging bags to get tips to buy the game and shit, right?
Yeah.
And the line I was on, niggas was fucking stingy as shit. By the time an hour in, my two friends already had like $60. A nigga on my line came out with a fucking stack of 100s and ones in his hand. Niggas walked right past him, didn't even tip me. He had mad shit too, like you bastard.
He said, "Fuck you, nigga. I'm gonna
Yeah,
count
box
this
my
money.
shit.
I'm gonna
Bag
count
my
this
shit.
money in front of you." But Ed, who you starting? Who you benching? Who you cutting?
I think I kind of already sneakily gave my take. Red Dead Redemption is just so fucking long, and like you shoot a guy, and then another guy's like, "Hey, I saw that," and you're like, "Come on, man! Like, did you even see like the interaction? Did you
It's
even
true,
see
it's
what
true.
happened? Like, he literally was like, "Hey, get out of my face," and I was all like, "Yo, I really want that hat though. Like, I kind of need to upgrade. Like, I need to kill you." I don't really want to, but I'm gonna have to anyway. It's not like GTA where you could just kill a hooker and then just like park your car like underneath like a tunnel and nobody see you and your stars go away. Or you could use the cheat code and your stars go away. Like, I mean, Red Dead Redemption to me is, especially the first one, specifically the first one. The second one was just a little too much, but I'm like, and again, like just the map is just too big and there's just too much going on. And I'm like, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that. I want to go do this, I want to go do that. And it's just too fucking much. So I'll cut it. Right. I will bench the Warriors because it was, although I didn't finish it, was a very underrated game. I feel like they came out in like the Rockstar games. But how can you bench the
right?
Like that slowdown with Max Payne was just.
I thought Dead to Rights
was the best.
Sorry.
It was the slowdown with Max Payne would literally like dive sideways and like the game would glitch and his arm would go through his whole chest.
Dead to Rights did the same thing,
and
so that like I feel like Dead to Rights was more of a complete game because
Dead to Rights with the cop and the dog, right?
Yeah,
yeah, that was
he did the same shit.
Yeah.
But Max Payne was awesome. I think it's one of the most underrated franchises. Max Payne 2 was pretty trash.
Was the movie trash?
Max Payne
right?
1 the movie was awful.
Ass.
The movie was just as good as Hitman. The movie was just as good as Assassin's Creed. The movie was just as good as Resident Evil.
Prince of Persia.
Right, all in that.
Prince of Persia.
Right, all put all those whack ass movies together. And that I almost cut Max Payne because of that weak ass movie with Mark Wahlberg. But I'm cutting Red Dead for the same reason. I enjoyed the game when I got time. The shit was long as fuck. I remember when we had that on PlayStation. Me and 3 of my brothers, we all was playing one game, and that shit took us forever to beat. Like one will stop, and then the other person will pick up, and we'd be like, "Where you at?" And I did this, did that, and the next person come in. Like that shit became like a job. Us.
Shout out, what's cool about that? Shout out to your parents for actually giving y'all a one-player game, having all y'all play together. Because I know so many kids who are not allowed.
Shout out to his brothers for like being like, "Yo, fuck, this game is too long."
That's how it was. Like, and my OG them never did that. Everybody get a system shit. It was one system. It was the game we brought. All you motherfuckers gonna figure it out. That's just
like I know so many kids who weren't allowed to get multiplayer, like single player games because they have siblings.
Yeah, the single player games with your siblings. As the oldest, you get to make up the rules, so that's the fun part. But it was especially with like single player games, more specifically like GTA. But it's like, oh yeah, like y'all can play when I die, and then like I just would never die. Like
that's
too good at this game. I'm sorry.
Much what it was in our crib. It was shit about one player game. My older brother and them had the juice first. It was, but we also played whoever woke up first, get the sticks. And then we play who die. And that's how we used to play. But so I'm cutting Red Dead, benching Max Payne because although Max Payne was the first with the Matrix shit, I hated how they ran. His head never changed. His body will move, but his head, he used to.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why the game would glitch when you would slow it down. His arm would literally beat through his whole chest.
I used to hate that shit. Maybe
like
I'm getting a stickler.
But that's why I liked it.
System.
Right, but again,
this shit though. We have to
like. Okay, I take that into consideration, but that shit used to drive me crazy when he.
We have to though. Come on now. We have to take our experience playing certain games.
Shoot the nigga over here, shit. His head like this, his body over here, shit.
Dude, I think what we should do, we should pick like a certain game that we've all played, and kind of do a mini podcast about that one game.
What, Max Payne?
No, just in general. Any game we've all played.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Make it happen. Do it. We're gonna do it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. And now
I'll write some notes about it later.
I'm starting Warriors. Y'all ain't ever, bro.
This is
See,
a good
maybe
game.
I love the movie, but
and that's why I was about to say the Warriors movie is one of my favorite movies.
Can't do it
When
now
they-
though. But
When they came out with the game, and it was more in depth, like you doing the running scene, you doing the graffiti, you got to tag the train yard and shit. That shit was hard. I love that fucking game. I can't wait till they remaster it. I promise you. I fucking love that game. So that's definitely starting for me. But that's my take on that. But last, start bench or cut. I'm gonna give y'all. This is a QB challenge. All right. Let me give y'all some perspective here. All right. Start bench cut, right? Y'all the QB. Drew, Kev, Ed, DQ. You are the QB for one of these teams. The football team, Washington, the Falcons, and the Broncos. You have to score a touchdown. You start the team that you are best fit with the roster as it is right now. The offense.
What are the teams again?
Right?
What are the teams?
Washington football team, Denver Broncos, and the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
You are now the starting QB. This is the replacement year. But the only thing that's missing is a QB. You got all the players came back, but the QB did come back. Eddie, you Shane Falco. You stepping in.
Shane Falco, okay.
You stepping in. But you get to pick which team you got to score a touchdown. You pick which team you gonna score a touchdown with. So who are you with the team as it is most fit to score a touchdown with? Washington, Atlanta, or Denver. So you start the team that you are most fit to score with. So Kev, kick us off. Start who you have the better chance of scoring a TD with as a QB.
I'm doing this one off the whim just because I feel like it's easy regardless. So I'm gonna say I'm starting. It's the Falcons QB for certain. That's just cake. And out of the next two, it's like who's got the best young receivers available. I'm gonna go
healthy team.
Yeah, but you're talking about the rosters is coming back. So best healthy young roster like available, like for me.
Yeah.
I'm going Broncos because the Broncos
God, you a hater,
a lot
bro.
better. Huh?
Okay.
You a hater.
It's no bias. Who's Fitzmagic throwing the ball to?
Scary Terry.
Terry.
Don't forget about fucking Antonio Gibson in the backfield who can cash behind the backfield too. I think you hate Antonio Gibson.
Again,
nice.
You are running.
I had Antonio Gibson on my team this year, bro.
You're running this offense.
You're hating, though.
You're running the offense for these teams. You started Atlanta,
cutting Washington,
benching Denver. All right, Drew, start bench cut.
I'm starting with Washington, bro. I can see me going good in Washington. I'm benching Atlanta, and I'm cutting Denver. So yeah, okay.
All right, Ed, start bench cut.
I mean, I want to give a lot of love to Washington because also the other part of it too is that if I throw a pick, I know that defensively, my defense got my back.
We need you to score a touchdown.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going to throw a pick. I mean, let's just be real. But if you look at it like offensively, like obviously it's much easier to throw Julio Jones, Russell Gage. Who's the other dude? The other stud over there?
Calvin
Ridley. That's the guy that I was thinking about. And then obviously you turn around and you got fucking what's his nuts behind you? Damn, why can't I think of the running back's name right now?
Todd Gurley.
Then you got Todd Gurley behind you. I think like the team that I'm like I'd rather play with is the Washington football team. Because I do like the guys that they have there offensively.
I'm talking about you on a drive, bro.
Yeah, me on a drive. Obviously, I'm gonna start the Falcons. I'm gonna start the Falcons. I'm going to cut the Denver Broncos because Pass the ball to Melvin Gordon, who's definitely not going to be on the field because he's going to hold out or get hurt.
What are you
Philip
talking
Lindsay.
about? They got Cortland Sutton out there and Jerry Jeudy.
Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy, who did not have a good season this year.
Okay.
Period. I'm basing it off of who had a good season last year.
Period, poo.
So I will cut them and I will bench the Washington football team.
All right, DQ.
Okay, so in this scenario, do I still have sickle cell in this scenario?
Yeah.
You healthy too.
You feel healthy
just like everybody else.
Okay, so
that's the real ass question.
okay, because technically I wouldn't be able to play in Denver because the altitude. That's the one thing. But,
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
I would literally, I'm a pretty much.
He gonna dial to Denver.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start Atlanta. I'm gonna bench Washington and cut Denver. It's based on realistically how I would do.
Now you realistically put yourself in. I like that take. DQ like, man, that altitude gonna fucking kill me. Like,
I heard that altitude out there is not a fucking
joke, like the way my sickle cell work. Nah, it ain't happening.
Like but that. If I didn't have sickle cell, I probably would play football. But my mom literally never let me play. Like I was being recruited as a 6-year-old to play football. My Vernon. My mom had none of that shit. Like me being 6 years old and being like, go by your weight, not your age. I've been playing with like kids like 13 years old and shit like that. She's like, nah, I'm not having that.
Right. Well, I'm starting. I'm definitely starting Atlanta. Again, you know, Atlanta is one of my worst favorite teams in the NFL. I just have an affinity for them. They just ass.
So much talent.
So much talent.
So much.
So just speaking on the talent base, I will be the person with the least amount of talent, but I will use them to give me that. So I'm starting Atlanta. I will bench Denver because I'm just looking at scoring wise. I think I'll be able to get down the field quicker. Although Washington got Scary Terry and Gibson. I still think I can.
And don't sleep on Sims. Sims is really nice receiver over there too. He came up real late last season.
I feel like I get up the field quicker with the Broncos. So benching the Broncos, cutting Washington football team, and that is start, bench, cut. I got to pee real quick, guys. I'm sorry. Got to pee real quick.
Okay.
So do I.
Like I'm about the bus.
Oh my God, fuck. That shit was.
He is the inspiration for Mufasa. General Easy.
Yo, that shit.
And he was like, freeze. And I was like, fuck, I was like, I should have known it was you. And he was like, why? Because only you and Eddie have ordered that because everyone else here drinks One Light. So I went to Patrick and I was like, if you're other around, like, on me, and Eddie gave him and that. I hate you.
And I told him that I said, what's going to look you up? And I told him you were coming. And he was like, okay. I was like, yeah, she's working. He was like, all right, cool. I'll just hide in the corner. And I was like, don't be embarrassed. I was like, what's the girl look like? He was like, I don't know. She's a lawyer. And he would shut her up. Shut her up.
So, DQ.
Yes.
So I watched Coming to America again, right?
Trash.
First time, my problem was I was looking for Coming to America 2. Right? Listen to what I'm saying. I'm looking for
Coming to America 1 remaster.
I'm looking for
whatever. That's
the
fine.
next Coming to America. So when I first watched it, I was like, yo, this shit is ass. But after rewatching it and taking Coming to America completely out, it's a good movie. It's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not
in comparison to the first one. It's not awesome because the first one was rated R.
Right. It's not the funniest movie, but it's a well put together. It's a good cast. It's a feel good movie.
Great costumes, great story.
Coming to America.
The problems are all resolved the proper way.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The first one wasn't funny. It was just like it wasn't serious. It It was like, no, it was funny,
tripping.
but it wasn't like
tripping,
it didn't take itself seriously. And I'm assuming, I didn't see the second one yet. I'm assuming that this one also didn't take itself seriously. And I think what ended up happening here,
it was more serious this time.
oh, it did. It took itself so
This is more like
annoying.
this one's more of a romantic comedy dramedy. The first one's more
it's like a
joke.
movie.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
this one
to
is
be a
like
joke.
this is like a movie for the first one is like, don't take us serious. We just fucking around. It's rated R. We're gonna do and say the wildest shit. We're gonna say whatever we want. We're gonna do whatever we want. This one is PG-13. It's more family oriented. So when I first watched it, I was like,
because Eddie know how to get the bag. That's why Eddie.
Right.
Eddie all
I'm like, this shit was ass. But watching it again, just taking part one away from it, it's a good movie. It's good on some like grown up type shit. It's like
like the prince aspect
Rambo movie.
He doesn't want the prince is a kid, like he didn't have much.
All right, don't give it up, bro. I still haven't watched it. I want to watch it.
He didn't have much, right? But he still wants to keep that part of him still with him. But he also realizes he has an opportunity to make changes. So he helps people and he finds love of his life, surprisingly.
All right, let's get into it. Up next, we got Marquee Miss. Now, for this week, Marquee Miss now, NCAA tournament is starting. 64 teams will meet in Indiana, and only one will be crowned king. So we starting this Friday, kickoff 64 teams. I think every week up until the end of the tournament. We'll bring back the NBA, but this week we're solely focusing on the NCAA. Marquee Miss. Player and team to watch during the tournament as we get into the 36 and the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 and the Final Four. We'll do it like that along with the NBA. But this week, we're only focusing on NCAA, Marquee Miss. So, Drew, who is your Marquee Miss for an NCAA tournament?
Oh, since you bitch ass niggas making me choose this shit, but we're gonna go with Wisconsin versus UNC, and my Marquee Miss player is gonna be, let me not fuck up his name, Armando Babcock. There we go.
Thank you, Drew, because we some bitch ass niggas.
Yes,
you
are.
Right.
Y'all some bands.
All right, so Kev, let me get your Marquee Miss.
Bands.
Right, so
y'all some bands.
Hometown team. I got the Rutgers versus Clemson game.
Okay.
And I definitely got Ron Harper Jr. killing it.
Okay.
Especially first game.
All right, DQ. Marquee Miss.
I have the Michigan Wolverines facing whoever they face that hasn't been announced yet. And my marquee player is Eli Brooks. It looks like Russell Wilson. Yes, though.
All right. Ed.
Kind of.
My Marquee Miss player, I'm going to butcher his name, but he goes by Ayo, plays for Dev's hometown, Illinois. He looks like Batman out there on the court right now. Last name is Ayo Dusamunu.
Yeah, the big African nigga.
Yeah. With the Batman face mask that I hope he brings to the NBA. And I'm going to go the opposite route in the hometown since I've been in Westchester, my girlfriend's alumni school. Let's go Iona Gales up against Bama. They got to knock them out in the first round.
Wait, are they really in the fucking tournament?
They're in it, baby. They're in it.
Yeah, they just watch forever.
Let's go. They make it every year, dog. They don't go far, but they make it every year.
So my Marquee Miss going hometown, fighting Illini. My game is Illinois versus Drexel. And also staying at the crib, also from the fighting Illini, I got Kofi Cockburn.
He's going to be crucial to that team going forward.
Because of his name?
Nah, he's a beast. But Kofi Cockburn is my Marquee Miss player. And that's Marquee Miss. Thank you, Drew, for participating.
Whatever.
All right, moving on.
Mad, dude.
We are in our last segment, and that's Fab 5. Now, last week, we did the beginnings. This week, we are doing
The end.
the end. So we are doing Fab Five farewell tours. Players in any sport on the brink of retirement, they go out with a bang. What players you got on your list that retired the right way? Retired the right way. Retired not like get old and shit and just like, bro, just retire. But going out like on top of your game, going out a winner, going out just a great athlete, just leaving the game like, yo, I'm done. I did what I can. Not really souring your legacy.
That's gotta be hard. Okay.
Can we include players that retire from injury?
I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's a bad way to go out. But
wait, say that shit again. We doing what?
He said farewell. We're doing farewell tours. So players, he was thinking like farewell. They ended their career due to injury. That ain't the way to go out. I'm saying.
No, but they kind of one of my players they kind of knew when they kind of, it wasn't technically a core, but his last few games, people were really happy that he was actually got the go on the field one last time.
Okay, we'll see. We'll get there. Drew, you got a question, right?
No, I know we got a question. Y'all gonna love my number 5.
Okay, so
DQ's gonna love my number 5.
So from 5 to 1, Drew, give us your 5 for February tours.
My number 5 is gonna be cheesy, but I'm gonna recognize it as a sport because we know wrestling is a motherfucking sport. The Undertaker is my number 5.
Good
the
shit.
Promos leading up to the Undertaker's last match in Survivor Series, bro, he's going out like he went out that whole year. The dude went out like a motherfucking legend as he is deserved in the motherfucking WWE.
Except for that match with Goldberg.
Yeah, he almost killed that nigga.
Yeah, they both almost died.
That was not his last match, though.
But I know, but it was in the farewell tour. It was bad.
Yeah, one dead. But
all right, number 5.
My number 5 is not sports, but sports related. Stuart Scott. R.I.P. Stuart Scott. Okay. I think he knew. Obviously, he was battling.
You went Sambo on us. You went. I did.
I had to. I wanted to put him higher, but I didn't want to ruin everybody else. But Stuart Scott was like one of my favorite ESPN sportscasters. Not a lot of people realize that he lost his eye at Jets training camp. You know what I mean? So it was that was literally while he was following my team. That's why he's got that. He always had that wiggle in his eye, and then obviously what he did at the ESPYs and the way he handled himself the whole way through. And unfortunately, his timely death
bringing
came.
His daughters up on the stage for what?
Yeah, all that. I'll get emotional, so let's not. But it was sad. But Stuart Scott for sure.
No, Stuart Scott was the man.
I respect that 100.
He definitely was.
That's a great pick, man. I didn't want to go all somber like that, but that's a great pick, man.
I wanted to get it out of the way so we could
rest in peace.
Keep the high energy.
Man. But good shit. All right, DQ number 5.
Number 5 is the bus, Jerome Bettis.
Good shit. We're now the champ.
Yep.
We're now the champ. Pillsbury, Barry, or whatever that bus name is, told him he was gonna get him a ring. Pils Roethlisberger told him he was gonna get him a ring, and he got him one. Okay, number 5.
All right, so my number 5 is another NFL Hall of Fame player, but he didn't go out with a chip. But either way, watching a legend retire was crazy. So it's Randy Moss, number 5.
How disrespectful of me. I ain't even got Moss on my list, and that's my.
He didn't have a blow up season though. He had
that
crazy wasn't that great.
But we knew, everybody just felt it. This is his farewell. I think it was 2012, 2013. We knew.
But my number 5.
Was it? Okay.
He packed it up with Dev's Niners.
Yeah, and they almost got it. Almost, he was there.
Yeah, they almost won. They made it all the way to the chip, and they lost.
Yeah, almost there. So I can understand that,
man.
He was in the running. He was right there, just didn't get it. I get it. I respect that. But at number 5, talking about somebody going out with a bang, he got beat up a lot. But when he retired, he was one of the best running backs in the NFL. Playing in Detroit, got his ass beat a lot. Barry Sanders at number 5 on my list. His prior season, just 2 last seasons, he had like 3,500 yards between the 2 seasons. The season before his retirement, he had 2,000. Then he had like 1,500 the following season. He got tired of getting beat up, but at that time, Barry was still Barry Sanders. It wasn't like he was a shell of himself. Barry was still fucking shit up. His team was trash, so he said, "I'm gonna leave on my on my own.
Leave on my terms.
Leave on my terms, and I'm just calling it quits because these niggas ain't gonna do it." So at number 5, I got Barry Sanders. All right, Drew at number 4.
I think this is a very good way to go out. My number 4 is going to be, he won his 2nd chip in a row. John Elway, bro. Won 2 chips on his way out. So that's a great way to go. Let's go. Shit. And wasn't that drive in the playoffs against Cincinnati, against the fucking Cleveland Browns in the AFC Championship game?
Yeah, I was watching Doc's. Cleveland thought they was about to win. But he shut that shit down. And you'll see him on my list as well. So number 4, Ed, who you got?
My number 4 is probably, again, one of the saddest moments of my life, but the happiest moment of my life too. When Yankees weren't doing that good. Mo was on his last year, and everybody came out and let him know he had to leave the mound, and that was his last game at Yankee Stadium. Wanted to do it at Yankee Stadium. Should have retired. Was going to retire the year that he hurt himself, but came back and still played, and still is arguably the best closer in the MLB period. To see other members of the core 4 walk him out on his last day, and then obviously him super emotional on the mound. Having Posada take the ball from him, I think Posada took the ball from him. Yeah, put that clip in there. It was. It was really, really, really sad. But also, Mo is one of the most respected players in the MLB. There's gonna be a lot of MLB going forward.
Cool.
Let's go.
DQ at
number 4. I'm gonna have to go with Big Papi. David Ortiz. What season was that again?
Shout out to my nigga Mark. My nigga Mark, he be calling me Big Papi Ortiz and shit.
Like 16 or
15 or 16 or something like that.
Yeah, like he was pretty much knew he was his time was ready to go.
He became a designated DH.
Yeah, and then pretty much it's pretty simple.
2016.
Yeah. So yeah, he was he was 40 when he retired.
Yep.
Well, in America.
Right.
Okay. So everyone respects Big Papi. Except for some people in the DR, because
man. That wasn't for him. That was for somebody else. That shot was for somebody else.
Mistaken identity.
And trust me, that dude's dead. That dude did not go to jail. That guy's dead.
They body ass. Oh, my bad. Like, you know what the fuck that is?
Son, he shot, and they were like, yo, you hit Big Papi. He's like, fuck.
Right.
Damn, I missed. How'd I miss?
Like a true telenovela. Like
homie should have just.
He was on the run for like half a day before they caught up with him and shit.
Right.
Yeah, they watched him. Did you see that video? That video leaked. I'll send it to you guys. It's hilarious.
Send me that.
They watched him. He's dead.
And number 4.
So number 4, again, watching another legend retire from the game and join the sports analyst podcast. I don't think we saw him pass his first year after retiring, being a sports analyst, but Ray Lewis retiring was
on top 2, right? He won that Super Bowl.
Yeah, they won Super Bowl.
Turning of the guard.
He shut the lights off because he was like, I ain't going out like this. And he turned the lights back on. They won.
Y'all
I'm just saying the Niners were on defense. So
y'all gonna keep on bringing that up. Yeah.
Ray wasn't there. Ray was like, "Fuck that."
I mean, like,
all right, at number 4, perfect way to go out. Super Bowl champion. He ain't have to do nothing. He said, Von Miller, hold me. Just hold me.
Oh, Peyton Manning.
Just hold me. And number 4, Peyton Manning. Went out, Super Bowl champ, and he ain't have to do shit. Like he
literally did not do shit.
He let the Broncos defense just carry him all the way up into the mantle and holding the ring. So Peyton went. That's the perfect way to go out, man. Got your ring, dipped on him and shit. And we all love Peyton. So at number 4, I got Peyton Manning. Drew, number 3.
My number 3 is gonna be Dwayne Wade, bro. Like his farewell tour was just like
it was fun.
No, it was not trash, bro.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It had a few moments.
It just like you say, it had its moments. It wasn't like maybe
the best moments when Melo pulled up on the court, he would shoot the ball.
Oh, yeah, he fake pull up.
Yeah.
But that's my number 3. So yeah, Dwayne Wade.
All right, Ed, number 3.
My number 3 is a guy who I hated most of my life. I didn't appreciate that he was Dominican, playing for the team that I fucking despise. But turns out everybody fucking loves Big Papi, man. Like everybody loves Big Papi. With the commercials and like him literally just messing with everybody on the field. He was the natural DH at that point, so he didn't care. He was fucking with everybody. Right. Anytime he was on first base and he made a play, both benches were fucking losing their minds. Everyone had a thank you Papi chant at the end of every game or at the beginning of every game anytime they saw him. So yeah, Big Papi, man.
A lot of baseball on your
hated you played it for them, but
one of my homies back in Chicago, fuck you, Mark. He be calling me Big Papi and shit.
You do kind of look like Kenan Thompson playing Big Papi.
I can see that too. I can see that.
Nah, he kind of looks like.
We had a big Dominican lunch.
That looks like Big Papi.
He'd be like, every time he see me, he'd be like, "Yo, David Ortiz in the face looking ass nigga."
David Ortiz.
All right, DQ at number 3.
David Ortiz.
Number 3 is also Dwayne Wade. Simply because also like he gave most players a jersey, and when Emmanuel Mudiay asked for a jersey, he deaded him because he didn't have one. He sent the one back. He sent the one because he felt bad for him when he asked for it.
Right.
That was also cool. And his merch for his farewell tour was fire too.
That definitely was fire because I copped it.
Nah, he had the sneakers, but he had like long sleeve and short sleeve t-shirts. It was like black and pink, and it said Sweet 16 tour, and they gave all the stats on the back of the shirt with the teams he played against that season.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. All right, Kev, at number 3.
Again, I hate to say it, just growing up where I grew up, but watching another generational talent that we ended up playing like consecutively, like for years and years until he retired. Just to be simpatico with Ed, David Ortiz, man, I can't say that I hate him as much as I hate Boston
I still wish they.
Oh no, I love him now.
I still wish they kept that jersey buried in the New York Stadium. That shit was funny.
But yo, David Ortiz, son, I think he still finished over like 300s batting average. Like he finished over 30 like home runs that year. Like still, bro, like this shit's the craziest thing to watch. Like some fat boy look like Dev at the plate, smack a home run. And no, like, you don't got to worry about him running the first.
That nigga ain't running nowhere.
First. Like, bro, he's just jogging the bases. Like, that's just crazy, bro. Like, yo, so shout out to Big Papi.
All right. Shout out to me, man. And number 3. Again, Eddie took a somber dip. So I'm going to take a small somber dip.
Wow.
You guys know.
Yeah,
last game put up 60, man.
Oh,
I already knew.
Help.
Put up 60, man. Although the season, he only averaged like 17, but when Kobe farewell tour, man, it was like no other. It was like the end of
It really was.
our era,
Mhm.
because this was our Mike, this was our MJ, and he was, that's like, yeah, we some old motherfuckers now. Kobe gone, like this was.
Yeah, but that's not fair, man.
Like
Kobe gone, but
Kobe should be what, 40,
too soon.
41 right now, son?
Yeah, something like
Kobe
that.
should be
man.
chilling right
It
now.
should be 41.
So, right, Kobe's supposed to be on ESPN giving, breaking down film and shit, man. So I couldn't have my list without having a Bane on here, man. So number 3, RIP to our MJ, Kobe Bryant. Number 2, Drew.
Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. My number 2. Yo, 61 points in my last game. Just like Dev said it, his farewell tour, like motherfucking like tickets at fuck you can't
motherfucking
motherfucking ham sandwich.
We got
screw Eddie, I was just about to say that. We gotta heat it up.
Ham said, why you can't eat it cold?
Why y'all be doing this shit with my thing?
Why you can't eat it cold?
Y'all niggas, like I swear. Fuck y'all niggas, I swear. God.
Yo, stupid motherfucker. Why you gotta warm
I'm gone.
Why you can't eat it cold?
What's your grades look like?
Right.
What's your grades?
Yeah. Perfect shit.
Thanks,
Yeah, that was good shit. Hey, good shit. All right.
All right. Go ahead with your bullshit.
Number 2.
Oh shit. Hold on.
Go ahead with your bullshit. Go ahead with your bullshit. Right.
Oh my god.
When you ready, Ed? Number 2.
Fuck you and y'all pick.
Niggas is wildin'.
Fuck you and your pick.
Yeah. My number 2 is
fuck you and your picks, Ed. Fuck all y'all. Fuck Ed.
It's
fuck
similar
Ed.
to Drew's. It's exactly Drew's when he's done. But yeah, it's Kobe's farewell tour. I honestly thought that when you almost like grow up, like, well, again, because he is our MJ, you almost like grow up and you think that like, oh, like because somebody's great, everybody hates them. And nobody wants to play against them. And again, like, I guess you don't really like look too deep into like the relationships that players have with other players on other teams, but it's like the amount of respect that Kobe like demanded through the league on his farewell tours, where everybody was laughing and joking with him, and like everyone wanted to take a picture with him. Everybody wanted his jersey. Everybody wanted his sneakers. It's just like how casually he turned off that like Mamba mentality. I'm gonna cut your throat, and he turned into that like, yo, what's up, man? Like, he was like dapping everybody up, hugging everybody. So it was great to see. And then obviously his 61-point game, his last game. So
true.
Even that season after, him sitting courtside.
Yeah, it was
like
just
everybody just like,
yeah,
come big love for Kobe. Everybody got to stop and speak to Kobe. Him and Gigi sitting on the side. Rest in peace to everybody that was,
both of them. Everybody.
Kobe and the rest of the families that was affected due to that incident. But everybody just coming. Kobe sitting on the bench, long as hell, and Staples, and everybody just like everybody coming past. End of the game, beginning of the game. Kobe working the room, man. That was some good times, man. Good shit. All right, DQ, number 2.
Number 2 is Kobe.
Kobe? All right, Kev, number 2.
Just so people know, we really simpatico out here. I got Kobe right here, number 2. Kobe.
Yeah.
Okay, I see how you hiding number 1. You still writing script too, like you're in 2nd grade. But yeah, I see that.
Yo, I haven't wrote anything.
Ain't nobody. Kevin is the only person I think in the world left that still writes in cursive.
Bro,
and he definitely calls it cursive.
I write cursive for my signature.
Ain't nobody can read that shit, bro.
Even for my signature, I just put DJ and shit. Like,
that's why I never copied off Kev. That's why I never asked Kev to take notes from me. I could never fucking read what the fuck he was.
So, number 2 written in my script, which is legible, says Kobe's farewell tour. And just a reminder that he was averaging 17 points per game. Like in his farewell tour, when he was still like unfortunately he was the old man on the squad, but it's Kobe, man. I got him, right here backing down MJ first time, all the way to like us watching him like in his last 61-point game, man. This shit's literally crazy. Like to hear like the raw of like how big MJ was, and to watch like a star of that magnitude for so long, bro. Like there was a long point in time where I wasn't even really like a basketball fan, but I had to tune in to watch Kobe play. Like he was electric every night. It was like I don't know. She was like magic, man. So it's just sad to for the way that he went out. I mean, but love you, big dog. It's all good.
Yeah, man. At number 2, man, I gotta change my list. I already said Kobe at 3, but I'm moving him down to number 2, man. I'm gonna say my number 3 now. Kobe at number 2, man. This shit just bringing up too much. Too many memories in my head, my childhood, and being a basketball fan. So Kobe number 2, but my number 3 is John Elway. Drew already said it. Back-to-back championship. Go out a winner with Denver. So John Elway at number 3, but. Let's be frank, Kobe Bryant is my number 2 now. I just got to pay the utmost respect to the Bay.
Oh my!
So,
I'll never let me say that.
So number 2, you ain't me. You ain't me, Drew. I hear you.
What did I do?
You said y'all never let me switch. Y'all never let me switch. Nigga, I hear you. I hear you, nigga. Nigga,
now bump y'all because I'm really switching my picks and y'all gonna have to deal with it.
No, this is you see why I did it. You understand the reason behind it, bro.
I understand it, but it's
bigger than this list.
Slimy. I understand it, but y'all never let me do that shit.
Kobe is bigger than the list, bro. Kobe is bigger than what we're doing. So just
you get a pass because it's Kobe.
Right, exactly. That's all I'm saying. Give me a pass because I'm paying my respects to Kobe. All right. Can I get that? Thank you. All right. So at number 1, we going to number 1, Fab Five. You said fuck you after I'm talking about Kobe.
I didn't say fuck you. I said bump you.
Oh, okay. A whole ass nigga. That's what it got.
Okay.
I said bump you.
All right, we getting into number 1, Fab Five, Farewell Tours. At number 1, who might be number 1 on everybody's list, except for
I guess probably.
Drew at number 1.
Let me just start it off.
Go ahead, Drew. Kick it off.
When MJ retired the second time, 6 championships.
Yeah.
Why not?
And the 10-part docuseries to see every shit that whole last season.
that whole process.
Word.
MJ second.
Does you mean the third time or the second time?
The second time.
No, the third time.
We 1998 or 2003?
I'm talking about the Wizards, 2001.
The first time was with
2003,
and then the second time was 98, and then he retired again in 2003. He talking about 98.
We're not talking about the 2003.
Right, I know what you're talking about. No, I'm clarifying for you. I'm clarifying for you, Drew. He retired 3 times.
Yeah.
But he talking about 98.
I'm talking about 98.
Most important one. All right, Ed, at number 1, what you got?
Fuck what y'all talking about. When Jordan retired in 2000 with the Wizards, that was the best season he ever had in his life. Nah, I had a feeling that this was going to be on everybody's list, so I wanted to be different from everybody because I feel like this is literally on everybody's list. Mm-hmm. So I chose, because he was number 1 last week, he's going to be number 1 this week again. Last game of the season, hits the walk-off home run, Derek Jeter. I mean,
it wasn't a walk-off home run, correct?
Or the walk-off single, whatever. It doesn't matter. The guy's a movie. Literally, I can't wait for the Derek Jeter, true Hollywood story. I mean, between the chicks that he banged, between the rings that he won, between
play Derek
3,000.
Nah, Channing Tatum's too big. He's too broad.
I know. I'm saying they're gonna do it bad. That's the point.
Yeah. Anyway, Derek Jeter, and also / the third time Michael Jordan retired.
All right.
Fuck what y'all talking about.
Fuck what y'all talking about. DQ.
Okay, since we're doing slashes that Eddie just did.
So no, it's not a slash. I made that up.
Right. So my first technically he really didn't have a farewell tour.
David Wright
retired. Yes, we had to retire due to injury, but I'm going to slash that. My number one's going to be slash Cal Ripken Jr. Because he actually had a farewell tour, and was it Derek Jeter make that switching back the shortstop during the All-Star game that year?
Yeah.
That was a good moment to me.
You want to know why? Because Derek Jeter's involved in any story that ever came out from 1996 till 2013. So
For real.
Yeah, but Dave Rat had retired due to some spinal stenosis. I had no clue that was, so I googled him, and it's really serious. Sting had the shit, but Sting's still wrestling still. But that shit broke my heart seeing him play for the last time.
Yeah, we're
good shit.
All
right. Number one, Kev.
My number one is the reason why I got his jersey up behind me. This is actually the first jersey that I've ever got. I'm pretty sure I had this jersey since, I would say at least since I was like 12 or something like that. And yeah, man, the biracial angel was literally like a walking movie reel. Like,
you shot me, you dick. I'm Derek Jeter.
He's a biracial girl. She's biracial.
Even his 3000th hit, like home run, like yo.
He did it in 2012 though.
Huh?
He did that in 2012 though, no? Was that the same farewell tour or?
No, it wasn't same farewell.
2013, but still, either way, the guy's a movie.
And we know his final game was a walk-off single, like cliche.
Home game, final home game.
Walk-off, huh?
Final home game. His final game was in Boston.
We know his final home game was a walk-off single in Yankee Stadium. Cliche Derek Jeter working that bat. And a cliche single, bro. It's just like
it was like 16 pitches too. He's a fucking animal.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Son. So yeah, we love you, man.
DJ. All right, at number one.
Tiger Woods.
Drew said it. Tiger ain't done yet. Tiger ain't done.
Tiger Woods might be done. Tiger Woods might be done.
Ed tried to kill him a couple of episodes ago. but at number one, the airness, the GOAT, the true GOAT, MJ, his whole retirement period, retiring from the first three, then going to baseball, then coming back for another three, then retiring, then going to Washington, making an All-Star game, all that good shit, having an good All-Star game and shit. MJ, number one on my list, and that is our episode 48 of the OSA. That was 5-5. All right. Thank you guys for watching, like always, for listening, like always. Johnny 5, hopefully we'll be back next week. He said he just was hitting us up the password. He said he couldn't remember the password to his phone. Like what password?
Johnny's getting some cheeks.
Troy got him fucked up out there.
Yeah, I see. That's what I'm saying. He can't remember his password. What he talking about? His phone? Like, I don't know what he talking about. Like, ain't no password to the
He's drunk, bro.
Like, so I don't know what's going on. But Johnny's having a good time in PR, man. I hope to get him back next week. Hope to join him one day. We do an episode abroad and shit one of these days. We'll get there.
Cali.
Season 2. Season 2. We're gonna do a little.
Make sure
everything different next season.
You can buy our tickets way in advance so that we can still pay $50 for plane tickets and go to Cali or somewhere else.
Smart.
Perfect sense.
Man, thank you. All right. Episode 48. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you let your friends know. Got the crew here. Like always, our host, Eddie Horchata, is in the building. The star of this podcast, Mr. Drew, is in the building. Rapping always, K Jet is in the building. Our comedian Sneakerhead, Just DQ in the building. I'm in the building. But like always, Ed,
we out.